boo.
Damn it. I was hoping you had been doing it so long. I tried to turn your mic on in the middle of that, and you stopped like right away, like you knew.
You know when you get a feeling? You know that feeling? I get a feeling. I got a feeling.
Sometimes I get a good feeling. That kind of feeling?
Nope. I just got a feeling
you don't
that
know how long she was doing it. She was doing it for so long, and she stopped like right after I turned the mic on.
I just had a feeling.
Sometimes I get a good feeling.
Mine was more like, I got a feeling. Woo.
Wait. Derp. What do you mean he got spoiled? He's dead. Oh, do you mean about Elfheim? I mean, we knew that was where he was going. I'm sorry. I feel like I should be allowed to say an arc name. I think we have to set the bar where I'm allowed. Oh, they spoiled the fact that he's dead? I feel like that's not a like, crazy spoiler. You read the chapter yet? Well, I haven't either. We also haven't read the chapter yet. I'm sorry. I'm allowed to say an arc name. I refuse. If we have been doing a read along book club for like a year, I'm allowed to say an arc name of the arc we've reached. I feel as though this is allowed. I'm pretty sure people knew he was dead without reading Berserk. Like, I feel like if there's a weekly read along going on for a year, we're allowed to say the names of the arc without it being a spoiler. Like there was a year to be on board the train.
Now I have a lot of songs in my head. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bumdigga. I can give you one more.
Bumdigga.
Because I'm going to be playing the song that I was listening to when I read a really beautiful part of this section live while we're reading the new chapter. Because I think it fit really well. Hello, Elizabeth Swan.
Was it Requiem for a Dream?
No. You knew he was dead before you started reading? Samesies. I was aware of this. I was aware that he was dead. It's honestly what stopped me from reading it was the fact that he died.
I didn't like that part either.
BERSERK time? It is time for Happy Berserk. It's actually one of the most poignant and beautiful parts of the series, honestly.
I tell you a thing?
You can tell me a thing. That's allowed. We usually do banter at the beginning. You want to go for it?
I'm enjoying today a basket full of goodies. Do you remember what those goodies are?
I remember there was some puffed up, froze-dried skibbles. They were involved.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't remember anything else, so I'm going to start guessing. Popcorn.
No, man. Remember, I said it was vegetarian version, and that's a big deal.
Veggie marshmallows.
Yes. And the last one is truly lower mainlandian because of how many fields of these things we have.
Wait. You just felt for dumb. Oh, you thought we were spoiling One Piece for you. No, this is a Berserk read. Although there is a new One Piece chapter this week that we should probably read live. Maybe we'll tag that on. No, you know what? We'll read it next week. We'll catch up and read 2 chapters next week. Berserk gets to fully breathe this week. But I also feel like One Piece is happening big enough that I do want to read it live with everyone right now. Because fucking the man is here. There's a break next week? Perfect.
Finish your job. What is the last thing I'm eating? There's fields of them all over the lower mainland.
I see fields of green cranberry.
Nope. Yes.
Blueberry.
Green. I'm eating
peaches.
Craisins, veggie marshmallows, and froze dried Skittles.
Apparently Automod doesn't like when you criticize fonts. That's very funny, Lucy. So you're eating craisins, froze-dried exploded skibbles, and marshmallows, and popcorn, and blueberries.
Yep.
No, I got it exactly, Raphs. I got exactly what I wanted, and it made me cry with tears of joy. I genuinely, holy shit, I am so relieved that I got what I wanted before he passed, even if it felt like he, in the story, acknowledged how impatient he was to get there and the need to rush it. It was necessary, and to rush, it was good.
Oh, it was necessary, all right. I want to know what
God.
everybody is eating before we begin. Everybody write down your snacks.
Everybody write down your snacks?
Yep, I want to know.
All right, here's what snacks I have. Do beverages count?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got Crush Orange Zero, McDonald's iced coffee, water, and an antihistamine. How?
An antihistamine?
They're good for anxiety. Apparently, because of a ton of anxiety is a low-level immune response. If you take a Kirkland antihistamine, it's a really low side effect way to curb anxiety a little. So I try to take one in the afternoon, early afternoon. It helps. It's
Tell
good.
Moon Boy, you should go to the food bank and get some food.
Probably.
I spent a lot of time at the food bank as a child. They have food.
Let me tell you. I don't know how much longer they will, so take advantage of it. Not an option in your
You don't
country.
have food banks in your country? You must.
Moonboy, are you one of our Eastern European chatters? I can't remember. Because if so, that will explain it.
Too late for snacks, Atari. That's
I've
upsetting.
noticed. No? Okay, well, I wonder. I have noticed we have an interesting number of Eastern European chatters.
Hello, Jay.
Can I tell you about a
Oh, no.
funny experience? Oh, this actually reminds me. Cyan, who is one of our Eastern European chatters I was about to talk about, wants you to pick which art of hers you want a print of, because she's going to send stuff. So I'm going to share some of it on screen, all right?
Oh, yay, I love these games.
But also, the thing I was going to mention is, Cyan, I had a very funny moment recently, unless I'm misremembering and conflating two people. I'm pretty sure this was them. Someone asked for my opinions about something to do with the Balkans, and I was like, Yugoslavia clearly functioned better as a country, and the only reason that the Balkan countries don't get along better is you all have weird edge case racism about other Slavic countries. And she agreed a lot, and I was like, man, I imagine that opinion goes from frustrating in that when you say it, a bunch of racist Slavs get mad at you here, to incredibly frustrating if you live in a Slavic country, where you have to deal with people who don't recognize their region could have a powerful nation if they work together, but instead everyone wants to carry 100-year-old grudges. I've asked for the Fern and Freerin ones because I like Fern and Freerin, but you don't know them. And I don't think you know Stella from Wings Club or Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, so we can get rid of this one. I just want to show off her work because it's very pretty.
Who says I don't like Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service?
Well, I don't think you've seen it.
What is it? But I know it exists.
It's a Studio Ghibli film. But we got Tashigi, Perona. The Perona has cool foiling too.
I can't see it because you've covered them up. Oh, there we go.
Miss Bonnie, Shirahoshi. And then the ones you've seen before, you've seen two of these before, or three of these, her Robin and Vivi and Nami. But now there's also a Boa.
That boa is so good.
Yeah. I'm hoping my video essay makes her fall in love with Fire Emblem Three Houses, so I get to see Edelgard in her art style.
I'm allowed to choose two of these?
She didn't put a number on it. I guess just say ones you like. Wait, I didn't even notice she is Sasha, best girl from AOT. How'd I miss that? The best girl from Attack on Titan. Sasha Browse is here. Oh, I love her. I love her so much. Wait, who is that? Is that who I think that is?
Who are these chicks?
Well, one of them is Sasha, and that's great.
Which one?
Conan from Naruto. Don't remember her. Rengoku. Sasha's the one that says Sasha on it.
Oh,
The
thank
green
you.
girl. And looking at her, I'm suddenly realizing how much my favorite D&D or Pathfinder character might be based off of Sasha, in that she has a similar outfit and the same hairstyle. Wow.
Go back to the other girlies.
All right, you can see the ones you know.
Thank you.
Wait, Cyan, I don't know if you're here, Cyan. You need to start loving Berserk so we can see, we can get a Shirky and a Moda and a Danan and a Casca and a Fernese. Who's my favorite Pathfinder character? Like, God, I don't know if I still have a drawing of her.
Listen.
Yep.
My favorites in these are definitely Tashigi is super well done. Perona, Wimpy Hoshi.
Oh, cool. I do have art of her. This is my favorite D&D or favorite Pathfinder character I made forever ago.
And Boa.
It's not super recent art. I could do better now, but it's cute. I like it. It's fine.
It's really
these
cute.
are for sale. Cyan does sell these. I probably could find out where.
You really should have. Okay,
Look,
did you hear me?
Tashigi, Boa, Shirahoshi.
No! Get your art to the side.
Look how cute she is. I love her. Somebody asked. They just didn't know what they were asking for. They thought that it was a no. You think Perona's your favorite? The Perona is very good.
Perona, Wimpy Hoshi, and Hancock.
Perona, Tashigi, and Hancock. Perona's really good.
Okay. No! Wimpy Hoshi!
Oh, I thought you said Perona. Okay, so...
No, Perona, Tashigi, and Hancock.
Okay, the good news is those are most of the ones I said you'd like, so I almost correctly guessed you.
I love my mermaid girl. I love how wimpy she is. But Perona is so good.
Yeah, she sells bookmarks and then also full-size prints.
She's such a good artist.
She's really great. So this is like the Vivi in a full-size print.
That Vivi is amazing. She's so good.
Oh, there's also an
Let's go to Japan.
I think you might like the Uta as well.
Can't see her.
Well, yeah, I'm grabbing her. Where can you purchase these? I'll try to find out. I don't know if she sent me a link. I'll maybe I can just like search her Etsy and find it for you guys.
Oh my god, Uta is incredible.
Hey guys, great news. I found her Etsy. If anyone wants to buy these, and they should, I'm linking the Etsy.
Oh, well done. You linked the Etsy. I'm so proud of you.
There's also the only good character from Fairy Tail, and I'll fight people. Because she's an autistic girl obsessed with swords.
You shouldn't fight people.
Man, I think it's crazy. I'm pretty sure they infer that this character is straight, but I've never met an autistic woman obsessed with swords who is straight.
Oh, that is a so cool outfit.
Yeah, it rules. Fairy Tail has a lot of good characters. Nope, they got this one. They got one. They nailed it in one, and that's all I'll give them.
Oh my god, you need to get a full life.
Hey, you have been summoned. People were asking about your stuff. I found your Etsy to link. They wanted to buy stuff. And now they're obliged because you're here to bully them. Literally resting after a con? No, they're getting ready to mail. And then Miss Misa from Death Note. A character that vibes-wise I like, and her presence in the story I find incredibly sexist, but she's very pretty. Etsy isn't open yet? Oh, well, I found your Etsy. You should open it because people want to buy stuff.
This outfit. Oh, I love her. That's adorbs. It's not as good as Perona, and I'll fight you on it.
They are in a similar space.
Yeah. I'll allow you that.
I think Perona's my favorite of your art. I think you just did such a good job with the lace and the
Let me see Perona again.
Perona, I think, is just the best use of the style. Send them over to your Instagram. All right, I'll grab your Instagram.
They're all cute as hell, but there's something about Perona Like, I love me some Hancock. That one's amazing. Wimpy Hoshi, incredible. But come on, Perona is just. Also, the little ghosts above her, adorable.
As you've developed as an artist, you're able to convey weight in simple poses a lot better. I think something people don't realize is that action poses, it's a lot easier to represent weight well. But the stances feel very alive in your newer art, despite having a very still pose, and that's very impressive.
You have gifts for Drawk. Drawk gets weird when he gets gifts.
Aw, yeah. I have given you some of her art before from a gift, and it was beautiful. You have trouble with
Stunning is the
action
word.
poses? I'm the opposite. I can do action poses a lot more easily. But you are getting a lot better representing weight. They feel far more present in your newer art. The Tashigi and Perona especially feel so in space. It's really good pose work. And the facial anatomy is very, very solid in both of them. Like, it just feels so, like, perfectly real while being fully in the Art Nouveau style. I really like it.
It's incredible. Here's what I know about it.
Yep.
Beautiful!
I'm back! Thank you so much for the gifts, and also, any chance to share your artwork, I will take, because they are goddamn beautiful. Big fan of it.
And I don't know what it means to foil or floriograph prints.
Um, oh god, I need to learn how to do that,
But it
because I want
sounds
to do
like
something.
work for you.
It does. Just printing stuff is easier. It would mean, like, I usually, as far as I've seen, X-Acto knife slicing out little treatments of foil to put on specific parts of the image to...
Jesus God, that sounds like a lot.
It
No.
is, yeah.
No, don't do that to yourself. Fuck that shit. That sounds beautiful.
Don't do it for me, because I'd feel bad, but do it for her, because she'll be impressed. Yeah, it's harder
Oh
to
my.
share the videos than it is the pictures is the issue, but yeah, I've seen videos of the foiling, and it's beautiful. Thank you for subscribing, Clarith.
Are you ready to rock and or
Dude,
roll?
I am so ready to rock and or roll. There was one other thing I want to talk about, but I don't remember it at all. Oh yeah, it was, I'm just going to repeat myself. Cyan, you have to next week watch my Fire Emblem essay, because I need to make you fall in love with it so that I can see Princess Edelgard in your art style. It's really important.
Rude.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Give me a moment. I need to get my PNG that I have available. Where the fuck are you?
It's a good idea.
I just
Commission her to
downloaded
draw
this
them.
PNG for the video essay. Did I delete it? I hope I didn't.
Golden deer.
Wait. You're almost
Yeah,
halfway through
I
Golden Deer?
wear
Hell yeah.
scrunchies
Commission
in
you to draw
Mountain
them? Maybe I will, actually.
I've been known to live in a scrunchie for days at a time when
Maybe I
I'm
will just commission you.
camping too. And I wear them all year because I teach the school and I try to wear my hair down, but
Alright,
it's
looks like
at
I
my
put it in a weird
waist.
file. I'm just gonna go grab it.
Druck, let me finish talking.
I
So I
will.
try to wear my hair down every day, but it goes to my waist. And partway into teaching, I can't think. I'm like, what's her face from a series of unfortunate events, Violet. And so I have to pull my hair back or I'm
Just saying.
stupid.
I'm just saying.
If your hair is down, you're dumb. You just get dumber.
I'm just saying she would really fit well with this vibe, is all I'm saying. I should commission you, is what I'm hearing. I think she'd fit really well. That's all.
Annex Love, I can't believe you can wear your hair down and think
Little
at the
dark
same
circle.
time. How do you think with your hair down?
Alright. I'm gonna have to commission Cyan. That's what I've learned. How do you wear your hair down is simple. Like the way I'm doing it.
Your hair's short. My hair's at my waist.
It's incredibly short. Yeah, I have very little of it. It's very easy.
Your mom
Oh,
used to have your hair up too much as a kid and you have a flat spot. You know what? That makes sense.
I'm sorry, Lucy. Why do all of you
Lucy,
have
you
such
know
long
what?
hair?
Hair be very upsetting. Isn't it
Okay.
terrible, Bunny Shark? It gets stuck in your armpit when you roll over in the night if you forget to put it up.
I'm gonna bring up the chapter we have to read. It's scary to take on. I think I'm maybe treading water and delaying it because it's scary to read the final chapter. I can't share it on screen the way I do with One Piece, I'm realizing, because there's gonna be nudity in a lot of these pages.
All right.
Well, am I wrong?
Yes, NX Love. I once woke up like choking on my own hair. Every night I have to put it on top of my head in a heavy wobble bun.
You want to read along? It's chapter 364. We're going to be reading chapter 364, the final chapter done by Muira before his passing. It's going to be very sad.
Chapter. I gotta find my book. Here it is.
I'm pretty sure there's like a naked child on page 1 from what I can see. Cells.
All right, let me go into this book. Yeah, it's the hymn kid. We ended on the hymn
It's the
kid.
strange moon child.
It's a moon child.
Where the fuck is it? Where's what I'm looking for? Where is it?
Ain't nothing but a moon
right.
child. I'm a witch now. Did you hear my witch voice? No, I could do better. I could do better. You know what? Let me redo that. It's a moon child. Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
That was fucking good. Admit that. Come closer, little moon child.
So I'm gonna do something a little weird here. Where last night I was listening to, because I've been doing, your voice is great, don't worry. I loved it. It was terrible. In the right way.
I know. I was scared.
Last night, because I was working on the video essay, I've had Fire Emblem Three Houses track stuck in my head, so I was listening to the soundtrack while reading. And video game stuff doesn't get checked by copyright ID because Let's Plays, you know? So I'm gonna play the song that happened to be playing when they were going into Casca's memories last night, because it fit the vibe so well that I just think it fits. So we're gonna listen to that while we're going, because it works really well.
What a nightmare.
You ready?
Thanks for messing with my autism.
Listening to a song while reading?
Yes.
It's her song.
You are nightmaring me.
It's the song for her, the girl.
The nightmare. That's a boy.
What? No, this is a girl.
Oh, that thing?
This
thing?
Yeah, this is a girl. That's a girl.
See?
This is a girl.
You get her off of the screen. She's annoying me.
That's not. That's a girl.
I'm annoyed by her.
I'm sorry, but I'm back in my Three Houses autism because I worked on my video essay for too long, and now it's all I can think about.
Okay, are we going here? Are we reading?
I'm ready.
Are we reading a book?
We're ready.
I'm
Do you
ready.
want page 1 or page 2?
I'm gonna start because you're taking forever, and I'm
all
all about.
I'm playing a song.
Ah, fuck. Ah, fine. We done?
Yep.
Here we go. The moon glows down on a tree, and
I'll
the
turn down the
dude.
volume a little,
What?
Turn down the volume a little.
We've seen this dude. You've met him before. His name is Dude. He lived on a moon for a while. I think he was the gross little thing, but he's here now.
Yeah.
You. Guts says, you. How come you're here? And then in a very normal event, that weird kid walks bizarrely flat-footed while staring directly at Guts, jumps on his head, and looks like he's grabbing onto Guts's cloak on the back.
Yeah, it looks like hair, but that's a cloak for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was hair at first, and then I realized, nah, that there be a cloak.
The bizarre child leaps onto his back. All right, we cut to everybody in the little elf hole. I was gonna say hobbit hole, but the little elf hole. Guts, says Serpico. We were just about to eat, says Shirky. Where did he? So yeah, we see them reacting to tiny child on Guts' fucking head. So now he is grabbing onto hair. We can confirm. Found him
Listen,
out
I have a
there.
question. If this isn't their child, who was the little gross thing, who turned into Griffith because he's his own grandpa, if it's not his child, is it child Guts before he was ruined? Like, what is it? Also, am I the only one who's upset about how much of this kid's butthole is on Guts's cloak?
Well, I hadn't thought about that. Now I have to, I guess. I guess I don't like it. If I'm forced to think about it. You guys probably do have a different translation. I'm using a fan translation on a shitty website.
Okay, ready? Oh, you found him! He appears! Oh, he's still lively, Shorty. Maybe he was stowed away. Oh, we saw you at my island. Did you swim here? If he's here on the island, then he must really be... You must be the Flowerstone Monarch, Danon. You took on that form and showed up where we went to watch over us on the journey.
That feels wrong.
Oh, right. You were talking about that. Is that true? Yes. Oh, yeah? Really? What would you know?
That doesn't feel like it can be true. Like, we've seen Danon, and Danon's like a lady. He's piloting Guts like Ratatouille.
Yes! That is what I was thinking. I couldn't figure out where I'd seen it before.
Okay, so I think we might have confirmation I was right that this is not Danon, because, yeah. We're basically, we're saying that? This is... What are we gonna find out? Alright. I understand you wanted to mingle with the youngsters, but you can go too far in making yourself look young, Granny. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing your relative here. Whom do you mean by Granny? I brought you a freshly baked pumpkin pie. Huh? Oh, how adorable. Who is this? Okay, so it might be the little child. This might not... You think that's not Danon? Have you seen both of them in the same panel at the same time? Believe it or not, now I have. You don't know this boy, Danon? He isn't from this island? You've got it wrong. It's okay, Shirky. Oh, Shirky, you were wrong about the thing I kept saying you were wrong about? You looked pretty smug on the ship, too, when you gave that opinion of yours. Is this payback for earlier? So petty. You two dimwits fail at showing off all the time. All the dimwits are showing off, sings Puck. Do me a favor, says Mr. Guts Berserk, taking the child off of his head.
And his butthole off of his cloak. Take him upstairs so he can go see Casca. Alright. He goes to the door and stands there. Casca looks, I don't know, kind of just nonplussed in comparison to how dumb she's looked for a while.
Huh. I'm gonna get this on screen. But also, man, not a lot of dialogue that page. You got kind of ripped off. Do you want another one?
The next page is no words.
Alright, so you get that one as a free bonus. Go for it.
Okay, so now there's no words.
You can describe what happens. Casca's looking, the child runs into the room, leaps at Casca, jumps on the bed. This is feeling more and more like you're right, huh?
That it's their child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
It's feeling more and more correct. What are you doing here? Asked Casca. You remember him, Casca? Yes, I remember. This is the boy who shows up on nights with a full moon. The full moon? Yes. During our journey, he'd suddenly appear before us on such nights, and then disappear come morning. As usual, he sticks to Casca like glue. I was convinced that the elf ruler, that it was you visiting in his form in order to evaluate us. No, this is just a strange moon boy, she said.
No, this is a normal moon boy. These are normal moon boy things.
The regular moon boy.
Is this a regular, everyday moon boy? It's true that I was informed regarding your journey, but that was by way of your teacher Flora's dream oracles. By my mistress? I did also hear about the events during the full moon, so this boy is the one. It's no wonder you had the wrong idea. That boy is no mere child of a man. The odd of innocence surrounding him is very similar to that of ourselves. The fact that he was able to reach this island is proof he has no ill intent. He arrived here because the island's affinity guided him. The island's affinity? And when I say island, that includes its inhabitants. In this case, the three of you, Shirke, Vernice, and Casca.
Casca feels like... I feel like we'll find out in a moment why when I read this page, but it does feel weird for Casca to be included here, because, like, she don't do magic. She's just a lady. With severe trauma and a brand of sacrifice.
I like to call Casca mushroom sleeper.
You are obviously a magic user. Farnese wore my old clothes, and Casca wore elven hunting garb. Thus, you three were able to become inhabitants of a sort here. Wait, you just wear the clothes? That's all it takes? All right.
That's how I go places.
Above all, everyone accepts the three of you. We've been accepted. Shirky, why are you surprised? You're like a super wizard. And so your bond with the child led him here. He seems to have especially strong ties with Casca. So we're gonna keep, like, beating around the bush and ignoring... Yeah. Okay. We're gonna keep pretending... Why is this a hotly debated mystery?
And then it goes, on the next page, it just shows two things and goes, and him.
You
Can I ask...
bonus page, maybe? This is pretty art, though.
Yeah, pretty art. Can I just ask, why don't we use his fucking name? Like, how many times are we all like, and him, and he?
I'm the Black Swordsman. The guy with the big... I have a name. Your name is dumb.
Listen, his name is Guts. Just use his fucking name.
We don't like saying your name. It's dumb.
Say his name. Say his name.
Oh, it was a hotly debated mystery before this chapter came out? Understood.
Understood.
Now
okay.
I get it.
Your turn.
It takes guts to use a name that dumb, but I'm dumb. You get a bonus one because your page just said, and him.
No, it was perfect. It's all I want. Carry on.
Oh, okay. Morning, says Casca. Good morning, says Farnese. That was a good morning workout. Oh, what gives? It's morning and you didn't vanish this time. Indeed. Well, the flow sort of... time flows sort of uniquely here on the island. Here you go, freshly baked. You're practically the neighborhood caretaker. What a fun job to be the king, and it means you make everybody fucking pies. For a few days here at least, it'll still be the night of the full moon in the outside world. Maybe he'll get to be with you for a while here. Isn't that great, Casca? Yeah. Alright. Glad it'll be great.
And now, luckily, this page has almost no words again.
No. The second half.
Still almost no words.
That's not almost no words. It's like 40 words.
Don't make me eat you on toast.
It is funny that you asked for theories and both of us were like, it seems weird that it would be their child, but it also does feel that way.
Okay, here we go. There's a bunch of witches lined up coming towards them. And then Shirky gets on a broom with, bizarrely, the weird Casca Guts Moon Boy.
The moon baby.
Who just decides to jump up on the broom and then starts wiggling a mushroom at her with a face. So everything so far is pretty normal. And then he follows after some golems, also very normal.
And is
And
being
then,
followed by all the little critters.
in a very normal thing, what's her face goes, such an ordinary child.
Yeah, just normal.
And then they go, like, yep, totally normal. Who knows what his story is, but I can't sense even an ounce of malice from the child. The elves aren't wary either. See how they take to him? For now, let's keep a close watch. See, just
When
an
I
ordinary
see
moon boy.
Moonchild, I feel like very ordinary. All right, so we got some nudity on this next chapter, so I'm not gonna share it this time. I'll just give you guys the little picnic scene because it's cute. You guys get this cute picnic. There you go. You're happy now. They're walking and going fishing. Little child stomping around in the lily pads in the water. Puck and Isidro are catching fish. Oh, there's a crab.
I just don't know why they can't give this fucking kid clothes.
Yzma specifically was like, I don't want to wear clothes. I'm a fairy.
Ugh. Oh, they gave him clothes.
No. Yzma wears... Oh, the child? Oh, I thought you meant Yzma because she comes out naked from the water. Yzma catch a big fish. Isidro is embarrassed by his little fish and also that seeing Yzma naked again. Child is riding on Yzma. That's actually fucking adorable. Holy shit, that's cute. And now picnic time.
Now the weird, very, very ordinary moon boy is running around in a cloak and a dress. And then...
That's what I've been saying about this kid the whole time. He's too ordinary. It's weird.
And then Fernace is like, oh, how peaceful. Shirky's like, yes. It was true before too, but those two fit so well together. Like actually a mother and a child. I'm sure being with him will help heal the wounds in Casca's heart. For that matter, with all of us living under the same roof, we already seem like one big happy family. And then Shirky goes, a family.
Aw,
Bye.
You never had that.
They're a family, but one of their family members is very fighty.
Oh, Snow, I don't know what you're talking about. These are the main characters. Oh, wait, Witch Hat Atelier. We're making a joke. Okay, I missed that. Making a joke that this is Witch Hat Atelier because it looks like that. I'm happy that they get to have their little family. This is such a shockingly sweet chapter to be his last, and I'm very happy so far that this is the last thing he got to make. And if it's going to be something, it feels this nice.
Why are they upset about us calling this kid Moon Boy? Oh, yeah, because you're Moon Boy.
Oh, right!
That's amazing.
Mr. Guts Berserk is doing some training, and oh no, his sword slip out and throws, and his hand is all shaky. And then he karate chops an apple, I guess.
And then he goes, I guess I still can't manage without this. And he's looking at his armor, and then the Moon Boy, pops out in total normal behavior, and it's just his face through the neck of Guts Berserk's armor.
Damn, his injuries are still bad enough that he can't properly wield his sword without the armor? That's fucked. I didn't realize he'd gotten that bad. Jesus Christ. Oh, he threw a dagger at the apple and missed. I understand. I missed the dagger. Let me look. Oh, it's because I couldn't scroll all the way down and take the snip. No, I could.
Did you see that before?
Oh,
Kenny Boy?
I see it. It's like 2 panels. That's clever. Okay.
You see that before Kenny Boy dies? He still... Oh, go to the next one.
Cool moment. The armor made him weaker without the armor. Yeah. This is just so cute. The little Moon Boy popping out of the armor. Sorry, Moon Boy. I think calling him Moon Boy, but adding sorry, Moon Boy at the end of every sentence we say it is the funniest option. Sorry, Moon Boy. I think that's the funniest solution to this problem.
That's what I decided.
Yeah.
Now that you've done it, it's a pattern. Hey, take a look at that. Look at his ears there. Look at how Kenny Boy is dying, but he really takes a moment down there on the far right to make a real
That's a
good look
really
at those
elf-like
ears.
ear from a dying man.
Really takes a moment on that ear.
He's being a little dad to the baby.
It's pretty cute.
He's tapping him. He's smiling. He's like, "Oh, are you a little little baby
Hello,
man?"
Rain. It's not a little girl. It's a little moon boy.
This is Moon Boy. Sorry, Moon Boy.
Sorry, moon boy. Okay.
He's a dad. The little tiny baby.
Is it my turn to read the nothing?
I think we're just kind of sharing it on these pages where it's nothing.
Next nothing.
It's a lot of beautiful art is the thing. It's just not a lot of reading.
This beacon is ruining my life. Sorry, Moon Boy.
Note
So
that the
then
child tries to get the armor that hurts him away from Guts. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense because to live without the armor would be accepting this life, to just settle here and be happy and relax. And, like, the kid, of course, wants that.
And not have to think about how much elf you are because everyone is very forgiving of elfness in an elf place. Here we go. It's snack time. Come on out. And then everybody goes to get snacks. Guts pulls the armor over the kid's head and says, "Go spend time with her." And the little boy runs off, and then Guts, not at all creepily at all, hides behind a tree and under a bush and stares at them together. Totally normal.
Because if he goes near her, she'll have a panic attack.
Fully normally.
Yeah, it makes sense. But, like, you know. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, it was Bunny Shark.
It's a shame that they don't have flock cameras so that Guts can stalk his ex more effectively.
Well, the watching Guts watch somebody from under a tree moment.
Would it be better if you could use a flock camera?
Yep.
Being like this feels completely natural. The moonlit beach where I first met him? No. I knew him from even before that as Elaine. I remember the sense of nostalgia then. Affection. Sadness. But from where? Girl!
We knew who it was.
Okay. Her figuring it out is a beautiful panel. This one doesn't count as yours.
This is gross. Also, her baby is a bit deformed.
Yep. I've seen better babies. This is a beautiful panel. Like, it's gross, but also beautiful.
The baby absolutely did become egg food, so it's interesting. Carry on!
I mean, you know, this is the part of it that's left in the astral that is so cohesive because of something, something, love, something, something, that when the veil is light as something, something, baby, something, something, magic.
Yes! It's all the somethings. Carry on!
Casca, wake up. Hey, Casca, why are you wearing a choker to bed?
Oh, yeah, that would feel gross.
That seems so uncomfortable, girly. Even if it's made of, like, soft wood. That's awful.
Oh, it's very bad.
Looks outside and sees Mr. Guts Berserk with the baby hanging out.
And then Mr. Guts Berserk is closing one eye, staring at the boy, and Casca runs out. And then, Casca! I was dreaming. On the nights of the full moon, I'd become a small child and find myself embraced by nostalgic warmth.
Huh. Oh, it's meant to ward off evil. Flora gave it to them. Oh, I forgot about that. You're so right. Never mind. I take it back, Raphs. You remember stuff better than me. You win. Still uncomfortable.
Carry on.
But when I wake from the dream, all that remains is a faint sense of loneliness. What is all this hair? What is happening? I feel concerned. Like, I know you're supposed to flip through this a little quicker, because obviously I'm bringing these up on screen, which is making it weird. Oh. Well, this is terrible.
That too soon fades away along with a single tear.
Jesus
like morning
Christ.
dew.
Is this child Griffith's humanity that he gave up? Is that what it was? Like the part of him that he let die? What the fuck? This is more fucked up. We were wrong. It's worse than what we thought it was by far. Get pranked, Moonboy. We've been pranked by Moonboy. Sorry, Moonboy.
Oh! Terrible!
Yep.
Look at the next page.
Wow. That is a brutal 1-2 punch right there.
Whoa.
Way to bring us back to what this series is about, which is making me suffer. Wow. Whoa. Oh. No, Snow, you, I know you don't read Berserk, but man, Berserk is not for masochists at all. This whole section, if you stick around, if you're okay with spoilers, this whole section's been about the opposite. But holy shit, it does need to make you hurt.
Do you have the next page?
Which one? There's something after his passing?
Do you have it?
Oh God, yeah. All right, let's read this. Let's read this together. This is gonna suck. I think I'm gonna cry, dude. Thank you so much for enjoying Berserk and giving it your ongoing support. Heroes of Morning Dew, the final installments printed in Volume 41, is the last manuscript that Kentaro Miura personally inked before his death. The members of Studio Gaga, who for many years have created Berserk alongside Mr. Miura, worked their utmost to complete that manuscript, resulting in the publication of this manga volume. With so many pieces of information still pending, we are grateful to you for waiting so long. As for what will become of the manga from here, we apologize that as of now, this is still yet to be decided. Granted, it is decided now. As we consider what to do moving forward, we feel a keen sense of just how outsized for us the story of Berserk that Mr. Miura spent over 30 years producing is. Much like Guts' sword, in that respect, we at Young Animal have had a hand in producing Berserk over the years, and if there's one thing we can say, it's that as we move forwards, we'll always take into account, first and foremost, what Miura would have thought. Finally, to all domestic and international fans, we've read with gratitude the letters that you've sent. We'd like to thank you once and again for all your enduring and profound love.
Wow.
Alright, now I'm going to stop the music. It did its job. Wait, it switched to another one. It wasn't supposed to do that. How dare you autoplay?
And then I don't know if you have it in your notebook, but in my book, if you skip to the next page of credits and then the page after, it has our little elf sitting on top of the Bahalat.
A little signature. Yeah, I see it.
It's terrible.
Aesthetic. That's how humans work. When we feel like we have a purpose, we can keep going longer than we physically should. The reason this was the last chapter was because he felt like it had to be.
So terrible.
I think he felt like he had to get there.
And I agree. He had to get there.
Yeah. I think from here, the story can keep going and be carried on, but the story that was his needed to reach this. It's not the
Hollow
ending.
Rain, his friend has continued to write it, but this is as far as he got before he died.
Ugh.
Me too. I kept thinking, thank God he got to see Casca come out of her
It made
stupid
me
and he got to
cry.
write it.
The reason I played that first song was that was the one that was playing when they went into Casca's memories and we first saw the broken doll that she saw herself as, that she'd become in her own mind. And it just felt very fitting somehow. Like it felt like the right vibe. Wow. About a month or so after this, one of the members of Studio Gaga tweeted that he wanted to do what he could to follow Muira's students, but it wasn't clear if he meant continuing the series, starting his own. A year after this, it was announced they would continue the series based off his notes and conversations with them. The chapters afterwards are different, but they're still good. Yeah. As Daniel Green put it, best reunion in fiction. Just putting that out there.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe. It really sucks because this makes sense because, oh my god, pulling the armor away. I don't think it's straight up Griffith. I think this is the bit of Griffith that was cast away. Like the human part of him he let die. That's my take. I don't think it's just him. I think it's the piece of him that he killed to become what he is.
I don't like that it finds them though.
But like that's Griffith. He takes what he wants. He gets what he wants. It sucks and it's unfair and it's sad that it made them think it was their child, but like, you
It's
know?
more unfair than usual because it it took something even more from them for having her come out of her.
He's Hollow. Things are more complicated than that. He was evil from the start, but he was human. He betrayed them, but he only was able to betray them because he loved them. If he didn't love them, the sacrifice wouldn't have mattered. The
Dude,
sigil wouldn't have mattered. He did love them. He just also was evil.
dude, let me finish.
Sorry.
It's more evil than usual because there was always a part of them that felt like this person was connected to the two of them because it was the union between the two of them.
Yeah,
They had that feeling of it being a union, and to have her come out of her brokenness and be recovering in her own mind, only to find out that this piece of shit is the nostalgic feeling of friendship and love that was between the two of them, that both of them had loved Griffith. Not that it was their boy, their
yeah,
link, but it was the thing that divided them and took from them. And the reason it felt familiar is because it was the feeling they had prior to him exposing who he was. So it's even more cruel because it's it's the dividing factor. It's the dividing factor disguised as the uniting savior, just like what Griffith does in the real world with Falconia.
Falconia
And
seems like it's the symbol of unity, bringing humanity
yes,
together, but he's the one
yes,
that orchestrated the disaster that caused
yes,
its necessity. You're right.
exactly. And so it is the exact same symbolic hellishness
He he
given to the two of
continues to
them.
want to be the thing that brings everyone together and be
Exactly.
seen that way, while actually being the problem. Also,
Well,
Hallow,
actually
you
being
haven't
the
been here for our
destroyer.
Berserk streams, but a big thing we highlight here is that the prologue exists to show you that the your sanity doesn't get taken. You still have conscious choice because Slug Dad wouldn't sell out his daughter.
Yeah.
You have to understand whether you think Griffith has good in him or not. I do think he has good in him. I think he is evil, and he chose to sacrifice things he loved with
Yeah, but
sanity.
almost every evil thing has
Yeah,
good in it. And
exactly.
that's the important thing to remember.
He's
And
just not like a
they
psychopath who can't feel love. He just is a man who is so selfishly driven that he's willing to do horrible things.
no, they choose to
And
do
petty.
horrible things. They're not
Yes.
willing to do horrible things. They make a conscious choice. So
Yeah.
I think it's so much more evil because he did the same thing to them on a personal level that
That he's
he's
doing to
done
the
to the
world.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. All paths lead back to Slug Dad. All paths lead back to Slug Dad. Dude,
Slug Dad, the best dad.
there's a panel I love to use, or a scene I love to use for this. Um, Here, let me grab it. This is, in my opinion, how I
Besides Soda.
imagine this man felt after finishing this chapter, right? This is it. This is the moment, because, like, remember, motherfucker goes unconscious and falls out of the sky at this point. But, like, the elation of reaching what you felt like you had to do, of finishing what had to be done with the wishes of everyone who was counting on you around you, that to me is Muira finishing this chapter,
Yes,
of
Noel.
getting this far.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much more to do. There's so much more out there, but you get to kind of see it, and you get to see how you set it up and how all your threads are going to come together.
Ugh.
What a depressing fucking thing. Like,
Yep.
he really closed it up and he really opened it at the same time, because the Moon Boy being Griffith is going to be absolutely the new darkness in the future for them, but because that's going to bring out some feelings for Casca.
We're going to talk
But
about art in here, Rafts, but I do agree with you, but I think that's actually been the case for a while now.
honestly, what a brilliant way to get to end it before you died. As far as, like, you've only got so much time and you're dying and you know it. So this was, I think, the best he could have done for himself and for his readers, because as a reader of his, my biggest concern at this point of reading is him getting what he needs out of his story.
I felt the same way. I mean, it's jumping ahead in the story, but I think we have to. Like, I was crying when they went into Casca's memories, because, like, I thought all we'd get is them going into her mind, seeing the worst of what happened to her, making that who she was, and fixing it for her. Instead, it was reminding her of who she was first before tackling that, by rebuilding all of who she was outside of that. And it really felt like we were seeing her again in this beautiful way. And I was so fucking happy he got to see her again.
Yeah, and I didn't care. Like, I knew that some people would feel it was rushed when I finished reading it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, it's only rushed in the sense if you take the story as its own thing, its own entity, without a creator, without an audience, without our real life hopes, sure, it's rushed. If you take the story with all the fans and with him and with his team, and you see the story as being holistically belonging to all of those realms, it was perfect.
Absolutely. Even acknowledging that the reason it's happening so quickly was Guts' impatience. I felt like, yeah, we should be impatient, because I'm looking at the chapter count, looking at how many chapters I have left until he's gone, and he needs to do it.
Yeah.
God.
I think that it, whoa, what an end. What an evil end. What an evil end.
It's so brutal, but I'm still so happy he got to do it.
Like, for him to get to leave it on that dark ass end is such a treat for him.
And to do a 180 where what the most beautiful, innocent, sweet chapter in possibly all of Berserk is suddenly undercut with a sucker punch to the gut, that's perfectly him.
Yeah, we haven't done it yet, Odd User. We haven't even gone through the story. We were just reading the last chapter together.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
don't worry. You haven't, we just read the last chapter. You actually haven't missed anything other, like,
Peak and evil. Peak and evil is exactly the right thing to say, Grippy Sock Goblin. Grippy Sock Goblin. That's a great name. Grippy Sock Goblin.
Should we go back to Little Rickart's Big Adventure and get schmoovin'?
Yeah. What fucking book is that? What fucking book is that?
I'm gonna do something interesting. I am going to try to draw. Because my hand is getting a little better. but I can't do paintings fast enough yet to do proper art, but I want to do something.
You better not put it back. I'll be so mad at you.
What?
I'll be so mad at you if you put it back in time.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We're not in a bad situation.
Thank you, Rafe.
The recovery's going well. I just can't move my hand fast enough to do the full paintings I could do during a stream before.
Clarith, it was in this part. We're in book 38 for all of those keeping track.
Yes, Rickert is in this part, the Rickert bitch slap, and we're going to talk about what that means because I'm so interested.
Yeah, because I have a hope now.
I like your hope, but I hope your hope is hope.
I hope my hope is hope too.
Yeah. I want it.
We talked about it. It should be the hope.
I want your hope to be real.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Hey, can I just say to no one's surprise, big Moda fan over here?
I love Moda too.
God, that was beautiful. Wow. All right. Little Rickert's big adventure time.
Rickard's big adventure. I like that it took place in Rome. That Falconia is clearly Rome.
What I find interesting is, because Falconia is meant to be the great city risen from the depths, like most fascist leaders, no, he's politically not really a fascist. He's like a normal king, just with magic powers. I know, fascist means something. But like most conquerors obsessed with the past, he is obsessed with his world's version of ancient Rome. But then the Falconia Palace is just a straight up fairy tale. So it's like a fairy tale magical kingdom palace surrounded by a Roman city.
Yeah. I just think that whenever possible, have a Colosseum like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you saying that instead of modern football stadiums, we should have like a Coliseum?
Yes, I am saying that. I want to make sure everyone can hear me when I say Colosseums are better. So I think that's why BC Place is so fucking cool. It's kind of like a brutalist version of a Coliseum.
Can we talk about how despite the Stanley Arena or what's the one the Canucks are at? What the fuck is it even called?
Rogers Arena.
Jesus Christ. Despite Rogers Arena having Vancouver's far more important team, BC Place is way more iconic because it actually looks like something instead of a big brick.
Looks like a brutalist Coliseum.
Okay. I'm gonna get a picture of BC Place for everybody.
BC Place.
So this is where our Canadian football team plays. And I don't know if you know this, the CFL is not a big league. Like, the CFL doesn't matter.
Rude?
Tell me I'm wrong!
Yeah! If you only knew how big this bitch was, it does not do it justice on how big it is.
Look how fucking cool BC Place looks. Now look at the Canucks Rogers Arena. Ugh. Ugh. Jesus.
Yeah, it's not cool.
That sucks.
Go back to BC Place.
What? Why do the BC Lions get such a badass, sick-ass, cool arena? Like, gridiron football? Well, Clarith, my point is, you know so little about Canadian football and it matters so little that you don't know which one I'm referring to, and that's important for the point I'm making.
I would like to point out that Canadian football is actually by original football rules.
Yeah, which one? They don't know, and that's the point.
Okay.
BC Place also gets to hang out across from Science World. Science World is one of the best buildings in a city skyline. Can we be real about that?
Put Science World on.
Like,
it's
Vancouver has a lot going for it, but this fucking orb being part of the city skyline adds a lot. Look at that fucker. Look at the orb.
Do you know that I was there when it was being
BC
built?
Place is also identifiable, Nash. You can't pretend.
Hey.
Yeah, you go.
I was there when it was being built, and because I was a member of my small town special expo, I got to go for opening day, and because I was a kid and I was speedy and it mattered, I was the very first person to ever eat at its cafeteria. Is it that a big deal? Yes, yes, it is. I was the very first person to eat at its cafeteria. It is
Mash
a
is claiming BC Place and Science World only count as one location, and I actually might agree looking at this picture.
no. I disagree. Stunning.
Ah.
All right, move forward. You may draw again. Thank you, Snoll, for caring. I
Um,
know that Drawk doesn't, but he's wrong.
I care. I care that you had an expo happening
It
and you
is
were the
it
fast
is
child.
my lame claim to fame being the first person to eat at BC Place's cafeteria.
It is pretty important. I think that's pretty cool. That forever you get to be the person who first ate there.
Yep. I was very first person to place an order, to pay, to go through. It was pretty cool. I felt 12-year-old me felt very cool.
I think it is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I also honestly didn't even know that story about you.
Yeah. I try to keep some of my hidden gems.
My claim to fame is one that you have, which is we were both on the last cruise ship through the Panama Canal before it switched ownership to the US.
Yep. That was fun too.
Yep.
We were also the very last cruise ship through before the year 2000.
Well, yeah, that's when they did the changeover.
Yeah, but it's kind of cool because it's not just the Switch, it's also the Millennia.
But yeah, the last cruise ship that was through under American administration of the Panama Canal.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What should we talk about first in Falconia? Because I think I want to go. Is interesting because like all of the thematic topics happen simultaneously, and instead of going by plot point, I want to go by thematic topics. So I'm gonna give you a
Yeah, I
menu, and I
want to talk
want you to
about
choose.
Rickard. First
You
of
want
all, when we showed up and we saw the chicks, the prostitutes, I didn't even know it was the prostitutes because they looked so fucking different from our prostitutes
Yeah.
before.
So I wanted to mention something important that I want to bring up. I am convinced, as an artist myself, I'm convinced that he was relying very heavily on other people to finish his drafts. I think his composition skills, his basic sketching was still important, but I think he was relying heavily after this point on assistants and apprentices because we see in this portion the only art downgrade in all of Berserk, and immediately once we reach Elfheim, where to my understanding there was a speeding up of publication from what had been for years before, we see an improvement in the art quality, but also a newer art style with thicker outlines and smoother textures, where there's a smoother gradient of textures through things like hair and fur in a lot of panels. Because
Yeah,
of that,
but
I am convinced he was relying more heavily on editors at this point, which is good. More mangaka should.
on these panels, I really felt like they just did not capture the women. Like it did not
They
look like
didn't
them.
quite look like themselves, no.
I actually didn't know it was them at first. I was very confused. And
I
yeah,
knew it was them because Luca has a very long face and freckles, and those aren't traits he gives a lot of women.
but what's her face? The Cheaty Cheat McCheaterson on the
Oh, it also
left.
switched to digital. That's probably a lot of it too.
She doesn't look at all like herself. And yeah,
No,
you're right about the grays. And
yeah,
X said the grays. The but what one of the things that I was noticing is the lack of use of black. Like the black isn't being used in
well,
the same way.
people are saying that there was a switch to digital at this point, so maybe it was the learning curve of digital. I still think he was relying more on assistance after this arc, uh, after Falconia and Little Rickard's big adventure. However, that would also explain the reduction in blacks and increase of grays, because it's much easier to use grays effectively in digital, because you don't need to cut them out and glue them into place. You just paint bucket.
I also did not like seeing a little girl's ass floating up and above. I was like, no. Um, and no perviness. We don't need that. We don't.
So let's talk about Rickard as a character. I honestly didn't realize how I was trying to figure out how much did Guts actually tell him, because a lot of that was not directly on screen. Because he really wanted to see Griffith. So I was like, okay, are you going to be fully on board? Are you here? What was your expectation with him?
Sorry, you were saying words, and I was lost in Falconia trying to look at something.
I I was thinking about Rickert, and I didn't quite, because we didn't see exactly what
Are you
Guts
asking
told him.
what my expectation of Rickard being in this town was?
Yeah, like he really wanted to see Griffith. What was your
Yeah, when
expectation
he
of that?
wanted to see Griffith, I was like, does it felt like from a regular storytelling point of view that he would want to see Griffith for the ability to be like, it's me, Griffith, and Griffith be like, come into the fold, Rickard, because
Yeah,
you are part of the original team and have this great position and be able to eat and not worry about monsters anymore and everything is going to be fine. That's kind of like what you're led to believe because Rickard is portrayed as being so fucking young still, and so is the little girl that he was with. And Rickard didn't seem to have much backbone when they were seen after Goda died. And
Rickert
so,
always seemed like a more young and pathetic Judo when we were with him.
I mean, I felt like he was way better than Judo, but
You like him
whatever.
more as a character, but
Um,
as far as like independence and toughness and resilience of character, he feels like a less competent Judo.
I think he just feels nothing like Judo because Judo sucks so bad, but sure.
Your hatred of Judo is
Um,
unreal. You write the video essay. We'll put it on the channel. I'll do it.
okay. Okay. So then it was, I think, even more amazing to have done it the way that he did it because Rickard, you just, as a reader, you're just waiting for that moment when Rickard gently gets folded into Griffith's world and becomes almost an irrelevant character who just keeps doing little fill-in moments and completely loses all the humanity and independence that he built when he was with Goda.
Yep.
And so for what to happen, it throws it into a completely left field as a reader for Rickert to be like, oh no, um I grew and I know what you did and you will never be forgiven. And I'm certainly not going to follow a piece of shit like you. So when you admit to being the person that I was told you were, you must have, and there was such an underestimation of character, both from the reader's perspective and Griffith's perspective,
Yep.
that when he stood on his own, it felt like the slap we all want to give Griffith
But
because it was so unexpected.
but we so need to talk about this fucking slap because we need to address it. Did Griffith just let it happen? Or is there something here that let Rickert avoid Griffith's twisting of fate invulnerability?
Yeah, and so you talked, rightly so, about the idea of him being able to break through it because he still loves Griffith.
That
And
feels like the manga storytelling solution. Yes.
I think that that absolutely could be true. So then Drawk and I had a conversation where we were like, well, if he was allowed to hit Griffith because he still loves him and that breaks through his inability to be hit, then will Guts be able to hit him or kill him because he's still somewhere and has love for him? And I said, in my world, Guts has zero love for him after graping. I can't believe I'm not allowed to say what it is, and I
Yeah.
have to call it
No, it
graping
sucks.
and
It's bad.
downplay it.
I think censorship is ruining our culture, and I'm not even joking.
I think it's ruining it in this way. It's just because so many boys can't have nice things. They say stupid shit to girls in chats. So because of that happening to Casca, there's no love left in Guts.
My
None.
concern is that this last chapter might change that.
Except for I think it won't because I think that Guts is going to always, for the rest of his life, remember the red day of the creation of the Red Lake and the killing of Casca as a
Yeah.
human being and the ripping her apart and the raping, scraping, and the all the different things that he was and the killing of their child and the stealing of their child's body. But I think that if Rickard has it, I would love if Rickard ends up being the one to kill Griffith.
I would too. Like, if it has to be that there needs to be some love there, I would absolutely love a story where Rickard is the one that kills Griffith because Guts just straight up can't because fate won't allow it.
Because he has no ability to love him.
Now, I want to add on to this. I think, so what Clarith said, I think is the easiest way to read this scene. I think the easiest way to read this, Artorias is doing it all, is that Griffith let it happen. And that makes sense. That is simple. I think it is more interesting from a storytelling perspective if something here did bypass Griffith's invulnerability. I think that is a more interesting storytelling tool if there
I
is
do too.
something about this moment
Yep.
that stopped Griffith from being invulnerable. I think that is a far more interesting storytelling moment that makes more use of it. So that's what I want to be true, even if I think it's very likely. And let's talk about it. Once again, a Griffith scene can be read two ways. Motherfucker does it again.
Absolutely. Because it would be very easy to just say Griffith knew it was coming. He knew it was a possibility, given that he had just finished telling this story where he admits to things that deserve at minimum a slap.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, it's more fun thematically to say Griffith was unable to see the slap
Mm-hmm.
coming because it came from a person who still has love for Griffith as the human that he was. And
Yeah.
that because he can't see the malice in this person's heart because there's still love for him. And that's rare because people admire and fear him, but the loving of him, I mean, there's only a few people who actually have love for him because he killed everyone. Bye, Moon
Yeah.
Boy.
Goodbye, Moonboy. Sorry,
Sorry,
Moonboy.
Moon Boy.
I like what Meryl's saying, that if love is what's needed to stop him, it's a good statement on your friends being the ones who can stop you from going down the wrong path, which I like.
I do too.
I love the slap. I love Rickard deciding to leave. I love Rickard. I love how smart he is. I love that his invention that he used to help Godo is what gets Daima, or is that his name, or am I misremembering, back on their side and going with them so they can escape. I love how he decides to ambush the assassin instead of just running away. I love all of his inventions. I love him reconstructing ancient Roman tech of this world. Rickard fucking rules this whole time. I love him being like, no, this is like my little sister daughter. I'm gonna protect her with my fucking life, no matter what. Everything about it is awesome.
Rickard is he's A1 sauce. I
He
love
in-
Rickard.
he invented a bazooka to shoot the assassin with.
Yep. Yep. Like Rickard Rickard is one of those characters that every time he showed up, he over delivered and was under expected upon.
Yep.
And so every single time I saw him, I was like, "Oh, good for you, Rickard, you mother. Like you're pretty cool kid." And but it surprised me every time somehow.
Yep.
Probably because of the way that he was drawn
But it's the
to
way he's
look
drawn, but also just he keeps being in situations where it's like escape, just running away with your life would be impressive, and then he does better than that.
exactly. And you don't expect much from a person who's just a little boy.
Yep. Ugh, I
Yeah,
love
his
that.
new look is great. I do like his new look. The slap could be heard from 1,000 miles away. It was so delightful to see Griffith get hit. Couldn't happen to a bigger piece of shit
I
other than Trump. Can we hire Rickard to slap Trump? Is my next
I don't think
question.
he would let him get that close. I think he'd be like, "Who is this tiny boy?"
Don't make that sound.
Did somebody lose this small boy? Did somebody release a small boy in this room?
Gross, you're killing me. Yeah, Snoll, you know what? I'm just gonna let Snoll do it. I just feel like Snoll could do it. I don't know why, but I feel like it's possible.
Um, God,
Claire
I
sent something in
fucking
the server. How do we check the server?
So I want to talk about the next part of this section.
Drawk,
Then what?
how do you check the server? Clarith says they sent something that's important in the
It's
server,
in the
and I don't know how to
Discord.
do it.
It's just stuff in the Discord.
I'm coming out. But in the Discord, I'm in strange places. Toot toot.
Wait, are you? Wait, Clarith, you you sent a video. I don't want to have to watch a whole video. All right, I'll watch a whole video. Give me a second to get it set up. Clarith is making us watch a YouTube video. I hope they're
It's
happy.
impossible. That's impossible, Clarith.
Nope. Wait, this sounds like music that's gonna get me copyright stricken. Clarith, I'm not doing it. Oh, wait, Drawk, please do a Trump impression. Talk about my God sacrifice. Okay, so I just needed to sacrifice a few U.S. states, my favorite states, Florida, I love Florida, New York. Had to sacrifice them to the Bahelite.
God.
It's a great egg, the best egg. It's an egg with a handsome face, almost as handsome as mine. And I had to line them up, and they got the dark brand, and the apostles ate their souls, and they've joined the mounds of faces. I just had to do a little bit of sacrifice, but believe you me, I made a great deal with the God hand, a great deal, everybody. I'm now the middle finger, everyone, of the God hand. That's a great hand, the best hand there is. It's the hand of God. Yes, everyone, and it's time to usher in the golden kingdom, which will rise out of the ashes of what was once Miami.
Stop, it's killing me. I hate it so much. Oh, God, I hate that man so much. I wish him nothing but bad.
I've grown an affection for him as I've realized how broken the system is and that his horrors have caused people to maybe take action that might stop us all from dying.
Whatever, be quiet. Do you, when you say things like that, I just need to hit you like a Griffith. You know what else I forgot about that I wanted to talk about is the him allowing all the souls of the people to say goodbye. Like, if you want to talk about a way to win people's hearts.
Oh yeah.
But then it's the same thing. None of them know that the reason those people are dead is because of him.
Yep. His ambition is why the world is so fucked that so many people are dying.
Exactly. Similar to Trump and his environmental horribleness. But it was just like looking at this page and thinking like the genius of being like, I'm going to give you the gift of one last moment. In this moment, I am going to strengthen the religion that everybody is feeling lukewarm on and give everyone a feeling of renewed vigor for their fervor of religious piety, and it's like, it's exactly what you need to do to drag the masses towards you. And I was like, oh, so, the genius.
I wanted to bring up if
only you hadn't been the reason they died, this would be a really cool thing.
I wanted to bring up a something here with you. I wanted to bring up an observation I've had. Hero is not a definite statement about a person's inner character. Hero is a statement of someone's narrative role, the role they play in a narrative as viewed. In this story, the story of Berserk, Griffith is a villain because it's Guts' story. We see his perspective. We understand what it is to be a struggler who was attempted to be cast away as sacrifice to something greater. In the narrative of the world that 99.999% of people have access to in the world of Berserk, Griffith is now the hero. And that is an irreconcilable fact. He is making good policies. He is holding together the only kingdom. He is the narrative main character. He is the one that lets you reunite with souls. He's the one that turns apostles away from their base desire for torment. This is the hero of the setting, of the world.
Yeah. Well, this is the part I was talking about. What's that dark-haired, slimy dude's name? One of his right-hand men?
Locus?
Maybe, yeah. He says, the throne is something bestowed by the hand of God. Therefore, none must violate it. So in order for the throne being bestowed to mean anything, people have to believe in God.
Yep.
Otherwise, who gives a fuck if God gives you something?
Well, you'd be like
So,
a conqueror who rules by bloodlust and charisma,
right,
but then you
but
don't have
he's saying
any
he's saying the
enduring.
way they're doing it, the throne is
Yep.
something bestowed by the hand of God.
Yep.
So then you can't violate it. And on top of that, a high spiritual rank links legitimate kings to the land to guide the realm. So if you've got high spiritual rank,
Yep.
then you can create legitimacy in your king. It's a
Yep.
theme that often occurs in myths and legends. Many royal families claim it to be true to their case. He said, however, 100 stories and an entire doctrine lose their power when presented with the spectacle. So he's saying, like, it is the spectacle of Griffin tied to the legitimizing of the religion that is giving him unending power and control. And I
And
just am like, God damn.
And when you have these pragmatic, experienced rulers that are saying, but we can't educate people, he is able to say, I don't just want a kingdom that doesn't revolt. I want a kingdom that is strong. I want a kingdom
Yeah.
that builds. I want a kingdom that makes new roads. You need
Yeah.
employment for new people. That literally, it is a policy I've pushed for, is the expansion of the Canadian military, but to have like 60% of military roles be engineers so that we can do mass building projects to raise employment and create better infrastructure. And this fucker in Berserk is using my pitch for fixing the goddamn economy and employment and jobs training in fucking Berserk. My modern proposal for industry. I felt personally attacked by how competent and visionary he is, and all these people leave going, no, he is right. The problem with us is we only know how to manage. A nation building requires vision, and he has it, and you can't disagree with him.
Yeah, the other thing that is so good is that they continue to forget where Griffith came from, that Griffith is actually poverty personified. And so he's going to side with the things that raise the poor up. The
Mm-hmm.
other thing that's incredible here is that people always forget that living in subsistence, just trying to eke by every day and not bleed out, is what means that you will eventually die poor and sad. And
Yep.
that it is that risk taking and that building into the future, that saving, that big move, that future proofing yourself, that actually gives a country its strength. And that if you're not doing that, then eventually you're going to lose, because you need to be strengthening and building the citizens within your nation.
Yep.
Or what are you fighting for? In the end, you're just going to have weak people who have been desperately fighting to just keep their head above water. It's the same with poverty and people. It's the reason why you got to keep people very, very busy and locked in shit jobs, because otherwise they can raise themselves up and you'll no longer have the serving class you need for the rich.
Either that or locked in because there's real benefit to working hard.
Yeah, but rarely is that the case in the United States,
I
Drawk.
mean,
Come now.
that was the economic model in the 1950s that worked really
Yes,
well.
it was, but we're not talking about 1950s. We're talking about the todays.
But I'm talking about, he is trying to create what the 1950s was, which is having a political movement that is inspiring enough and feels hopeful enough and has enough of a vision that it causes people to be committed to the movement. And that's something Rickert points out, that like people in this city are more motivated than he's ever seen. And that's what nation building requires. It requires people who believe so strongly in the potential of the nation that they're in, that they push and want to work hard. Don't worry, Luke is coming up in the last theme I want to go over in Falconia. But like Rickert points out, everybody here is committed. Everybody here is working hard. There is commitment, and it's because they all believe in something. They all believe in the potential of this kingdom, that they are going to make something worthwhile, and it really feels like they are. And the terror I'm facing here is that at this point, yes, Griffith is the villain of our story, but he's not the villain of the world. They don't know he and the fate he represents caused everything to be so shit that he is the only functional kingdom. They don't know that he is at the helm of the destruction that he is offering the salve from. And now, if we get our story's resolution and Guts kills Griffith, he's the villain, killing the hero that's holding the world together and giving hope.
Yeah, and that's what the real word is. It's hope. Your citizens have to have hope of their future, because if you don't have hope, you don't spend, you don't learn, you don't have babies, you don't do any of the things that build a nation, because without hope, you don't invest where there is no chance of success.
Yep.
So hope is everything. But it has to be intrinsic. You can't force hope upon somebody. So people often think that hope is just this catch-all phrase for making something that people can believe in the future. But what they forget about is hope has to be something different for every person. So you have to create a nation with such diverse future that everyone in their own intrinsically motivated world can find their hope. And
And
hope is specific.
And he's smart enough to do that. He recognizes that if everybody else is being sorted by their guild association, the refugees are going to become a more and more disparate grotto, disconnected from everything. Whereas if they can share their culture the way the Kushan have, people will like each other. So people from other kingdoms are now being allowed to the military to gain citizenship so that the
Yeah.
cultures can intermingle, so people can learn more.
Yeah.
Everybody can build their own hope in this country. God
Yeah.
damn, man.
And Snow, yeah, that is why birth rates are so low. So the thing is that they figured out psychologically that you can get people to spend a lot of money if they're in deep depression or fear. Because if you're in fear of a future that doesn't exist, you don't have to worry about being in debt, because that future will never come, because the future won't
And it's
exist.
especially good because your debt is a commodity on the market now. It can be sold and
Exactly.
bargained on.
Exactly. It can be sold. On top of that, in fear, people are just looking for small things to give them pockets of joy and dopamine. So, for instance, during the Great Depression, we were in a Great Depression, and yet they never sold as much lipstick as they did in the Great Depression, because people are looking for small, commodifying moments to bring joy in a world in which feels joyless and
Yep.
hopeless. So they figured that out. But the problem is, no one's having fucking babies, because who's bringing babies into this bullshit? Which is why they are trying to commodify women's bodies, stop them from having choice, make it illegal for them to have abortions, and make sure that they can't cross boundaries in which they
Whoops.
would be able to, and have men control women through things like religion, because each man is a king within his own house. And that way, they don't have to worry about the problem of no one wanting to have babies in this world.
Which seems to not really be working anyways because everybody's, yeah, it's not great. Oh, hey, think about how an objectively well-run kingdom is depicted as evil. No, but that's the thing. The
No,
kingdom
it's not.
isn't the kingdom isn't evil. He's not doing things
The kingdom
bad.
isn't evil at all.
He, as a king, he's good. The problem is he created a situation where he's necessary. Like, he ruined the world to make himself good, but if we're just
Night,
looking at him,
Elizabeth.
like, if we're just looking at him as a king, he's the good guy. He's doing the good thing. He's ruling a good kingdom. He's being kind to his citizens. He's giving them rights that are unthinkable. He's allowing in immigrants. He's promoting diversity. Like, he is doing objectively good things as leader. He has just been willing to do evil to get here. It's so complicated because at this
Exactly,
point,
Eleni. He's a firefighting fire, creating his own fucking work.
yeah, the kingdom is fine, the world around it's fucked. Yeah, then he's just the best at that, sort of.
Yeah. And so when you look at this, the reason it's so disturbing is anyone with half a brain looks at the policies that he has that are first suggested by the person that he's porcacating, the princess, and says, like, these are great policies and these are realistic ideas and these are things that make sense. And first of all, that's the most important thing about being a narcissistic leader, is that your shit has to make sense. And second of all, they super make sense because he's right. The the scary part is he created the world in which everything sucks, so that he could be the great leader of that world. Like it's just genius evil because it's doing the right thing
Yeah.
in the wrong situation you made.
Yep. And it be I noticed something else while we were talking about this. Something incredibly strange about Falconia. All right? I'm going to lay it on you. Ready?
Yeah, you have no idea. Bated breath.
Okay. Can we agree that it is a very common trope to have a fantasy world where there was once a great kingdom beyond imagining of sparkling cities and magical creatures and a unifying god king, and it was a great age where everything was wondrous, and now we rummage through its ruins and exist in a tattered world. Like, that's a common fantasy world building, right?
Pretty much the most common.
Have you ever read a fantasy series that takes place at the beginning of that kingdom when the God King is ruling and there is hope? I haven't.
No,
I've never seen this before. I've never seen a
no.
story that takes place at this part of the story.
I've also never seen people do it in actual reality, in a realistic way, where they
Yep.
take the evil person and they make them be reasonable and good at leadership
But
in the city. They just make them be good and reasonable in the situation that they cause the hell in.
But that's the interesting thing about Griffith. I think you can
Yeah,
observe him in two different ways right now, and he is either good or evil. If you observe him
yes.
as a person, his inner world, who he is, what he believes in, what he's willing to do, obviously evil. Obviously. He's willing to
Or
sacrifice people who love him and that he loves for personal gain. He's petty. He punishes people for going against his wishes. He
yeah.
ruins his whole plan and tries to commit suicide by cop when his boyfriend leaves him. Like, he is a petty, fragile, angry person. But if you consider what he is as far as what the world he wants to make looks like, it is all objectively good. He wants a thriving populace. He wants an educated mass. He wants people to be happy and safe. And he wants that for awful reasons, to satisfy the narcissistic part of himself that wants to know he's the best, that he made the best thing, that his legacy is the
Also,
best there is.
he
But those
doesn't
are
just
good
want that,
wants.
he wants to be loved, legitimately loved
But
by
I don't
those
think it's just
people
loved.
because
I think he wants to be remembered and known as the best, and he has to build the best kingdom to
for
do
sure,
that.
but think about it with Guts and with Casca. He was
Yeah,
pissed that they loved each other more than they loved him. And
yep,
he wants a populace that actually loves him and is like, what a god, what an
yeah,
amazing
you're
human.
right.
He's the greatest thing of all time. So not only does he have to be excellent, not only does he have to be the ultimate leader, not only did he cause the hell and the deaths that these people are dealing with and then pretends to be the savior, he has to have them love them, which is why he does that last moment dead people thing.
Well, Meryl, I want to bring this up because you said how much is Guts factoring in the good Griffith is doing in this choice to kill him. I want to say not at all. But I also think until the chapter we just read, there was a very good chance Guts was done. I genuinely believe that there was a very good chance, if not for the last panel of the chapter we just read, that Guts was about to go, why did my quest have to be killing Griffith? I've already carried on. I've already made good on the legacy of the Hawk. I've already made a new life, inspired new dreams. I have made the world better. I've saved
And I have
Casca.
friends,
I made
and
friends.
I've helped them realize their own dreams.
I think if it wasn't for the chapter we just read, there was a very good chance that this was over, that Guts settled down and went, you know what? It's fucking fine. Now I don't think that's going to happen anymore.
On the other hand, I don't know what his notes were, but if this got Casca to leave the room and stand in front of Griffith and she remembers her world, she might now take on the same death pact that Guts has, and the two of them can go after Griffith together.
Artorias, I don't think it's possible for human Griffith to be the same as after he became one with the God Hand, but I also do think what he wants is likely the same, but people change by circumstance so much that it's sort of impossible to know. I think the only difference is he probably thinks grander and has less qualms with the horrors he must unleash now that he has more power.
Brother down, think about what I just said. Imagine this.
Yep.
Casca comes out.
Yep.
This thing happens. They both see the moon boy, who's Griffith.
Yep.
Casca has rememberings of everything that happened, and
Yep.
this time, instead of breaking, she hardens like a sword, and she takes up a death pact against Griffith.
I could see it.
Um,
I'm curious
Guts
where we go, but like,
Guts
man,
wants to be done. Guts is like, I've been following this path since you went under. It has gotten me. It got me nowhere until I found friendship and caring. And she's like, I don't give two fucking shits. Let's go.
I kind of love both of them to do it. Like, you know what? Who cares about a life
Yeah,
at
like,
peace?
I
Let's kill
think they're
them.
going together. I think Guts will be like, okay.
We'll see, man. I don't know where it's going, but like, especially because, well, I was gonna say she's not over it yet, but honestly, neither is he.
They're neither of them over it, but she doesn't even remember. So if she suddenly remembers while standing there and instead of breaking hardens, I can see her taking on a death pact of like ultimate death.
We'll see. We'll see.
And then they're going to run into Rickert. I wonder if other people would go with them. I think we could go some cool places.
Is it Daiga or Daima? What the fuck is the wizard's name? I want to now talk about the last thing in Falconia before we move on to Elfheim. What I want to talk about here is the thing we both noticed, which is getting to see all of the people Guts has affected coming together. The fucking cute panel where Wizard, Daiga, Daima, you know, that guy, where both he and Luca are like, ha, no one could wield a sword bigger than a person. Your dad made a sword like that? Who could? And then they're both like, well, there is that one guy. And they look at each other like, wait, what? The realization that there is this overwhelming wave, a tsunami of fate, building the worlds in one direction under the movement of the Hawk of Light, but that it was worth struggling against it, that even if you were swept, his name is Daiba? Fuck, I remembered most of it. I missed one consonant. Even if you are sometimes swept in the movement of this push of fate, it was worth struggling against it because the current you made changed so many people, set them on a different path, made them realize what was possible. We see Rickert, Salat, Daiga, Luca. So many individuals in this section have been changed forever by meeting the rock against the tide that is Guts, that is trying to keep struggling on despite it having been fated that he would not, that he would be swallowed by this wave. I fucking love looking at all
Yeah.
of them and seeing how he's affected them.
Yes, Grippy Socks, that's how I see them. Also, I was thinking in that regard that it was really amazing to see how Guts started off as this completely lonely person all by himself until we got Puckmeister coming into his life, and then in the retrospect of his life, it's all about relationships. Like each of the people had to come together kind of the similar way they always have to do in One Piece, where they have to have their own agency, but each one of the people were integral to the story of Guts overall and to the survival and the strengthening of hope all around the world. And so I think that was really interesting because the story was so beginning in a place that was just one lone wolf wandering the world in revenge.
Yeah. And it's become a story about how much he's affected people. And one lone wolf who was considering if it was even ethical to keep surviving if everyone around him was just going to die for being near him.
Yep. Yep. And who didn't think that he could have friendships or a world because of this curse that had been put upon him.
Daiba. Ugh, I gotta remember. Ugh.
I think that it's a really crazy way to see it. The
really
idea
is.
of this one lone wolf ends up being this center of humanity.
God. I loved seeing how affected everybody was. That there's all these characters who never state outright, wait, you met Guts as well.
Night Snow.
But it's the part where you realize all of these people are who they are now. They've Daiba, Luca, Rickert, Salat, all of them are changed because of Guts. Like the only one who says it directly is Salat, but like Guts has and Rickert does say that Guts made him realize he could have the strength to stand up for himself.
Also, Bunny Shark Unicorn Head is right
That's Meryl,
in that it really does symbolize depression and mental health, because when you're in the midst of massive anxiety attacks or deep depression, it doesn't feel like there is a normal world outside of this. And you can feel that there'll be a sneaking edge of depression or anxiety or pain around every corner. But it's that ability to look over the span of change and see the way in which you've had positive interactions and impacts and how they're starting to outweigh the other things.
Yep.
And it takes a massive will to choose what they're going to ignore. It is one of the things that Bruce said in his musings, that becoming the strongest version of yourself isn't just how hard you work out and what you do and what you eat. The hardest and most important part to happiness is learning how to choose your thoughts and ignore the stuff that isn't serving you. And so this is exactly that. As far as looking at it as a symbol for battling depression and mental health, it's that learning to, even though there is all this very real bullshit, where do you put your focus? Do you put your focus on the fact that demons come out every night, or do you put your focus on the fact that someone stands with you while you deal with those demons, or take some of the demons on every once in a while? Do you put the focus on the world is on your shoulders and you feel overwhelmed, or do you put your focus on the fact that you're handling that? Like, it is a very Bruce Lee moment of what are you able to ignore and what should you pay attention to?
Yep.
And it's so good for depression and anxiety, mental health conditions in general.
God.
Because remember, 2 weeks ago, I was having a massive panic attack while we were on stream
Mm.
together. And when we came off, I was like, sorry, I couldn't be there properly. My real me was unavailable because I was having a panic attack, and it was eating up all of my ability to regulate myself or to do anything. And it was only when I got off that I took those moments to say, what part of these body sensations can I ignore and which ones do I have to pay attention to? And I decided we're ignoring them all. Like, they're just all dead to me. And
Hell
that
yeah.
is why,
That's a win.
um, no, it was. They were all dead to me. And by doing that, I allowed myself to start focusing on the things that were felt right. And so, yeah, I'll have to try that out, Bunny Shark. So yeah, it's amazing that I really felt like this, because I haven't had a panic attack in so many years. It kind of took me by surprise.
Mhm.
And so I didn't have any of my tools available that you've been practicing with. It'd be like if suddenly Guts had a fucking demon come out after him 30 years after this shit ended, and he'd be like, "Are you what? What do you get? I'm not. I haven't dealt with this in so long. I don't even remember how to kill a demon." And so this is what it made me feel like, because when Guts's life was looked back upon and we saw all these people that were with him in his supposed lone wolf trip, and how the more people he added, the more strength he gained, the more he was able to start ignoring the fact that he was cursed by
Mhm.
hell, and instead focus on the way that he had companions, friendship, and love.
God, the going back, it's so weird to think about how sad the early chapters post conviction war, and think about how Guts in that section was losing himself fully. He wasn't able to look after Casca. He was angry. He might hurt her. Like, he was falling apart. And to just think of, like, that one moment where Fernese finds him and goes, "Hey, you saved my life. I don't like who I was becoming on the path I was on. Can I learn from you instead?" Thinking about where we are now, where he has so many friends and there's so many cute moments and there's so much joy in Berserk, it's wild to think that the first thing that caused that was Guts standing there and fighting alongside Fernese and being like, "Just keep trying to live, dumbass."
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. Don't focus on all those little things, just keep trying to live. I just need to address this because I had panic disorder so badly that it made my life unbearable. So I just want to say one trick, and I only start with one trick. It well, everybody knows counting, but counting doesn't work if your mind is wonko. So instead, I try to pick out 3 terrible sensations in my body, and then I try to make one of them worse. This sounds odd, but I treat it scientifically. I try to make one of them way worse. And then when I make it worse, which I always can, I remind myself how my brain did that. And I was able to change the way I felt with nothing but my brain. Then I make that one better and start bringing it down. And I choose another one to make it worse. As a reminder that the connection between the brain and the body are complete. And that just because something happens in the mind doesn't mean that it doesn't control what happens in the body, and that I am capable of gaining control of it. And then I take one of them down. And I just treat it scientifically. And I'm like, I hope this one gets worse, because I want to see how much worse I can make it before I make it better. And by treating it scientifically, you're not begging it to go away. You're not frightened of it. And it takes down all of the chemicals in your body that would make you frightened and make panic worse.
Artorias, I feel
It
like
is a true
that's
story.
like ridiculously pedantic. I think that's a good tip. I might try that. If I die from making my chest pain worse, sorry.
Just so you know, my chest pain is one of my worst things, and I can make it worse.
I mean, I
I
know I
have
can make
tried.
it worse.
And so by making it worse, it's a reminder to myself that I can make it better. And then I do. Um, Also, I hate saying this because it seems so ridiculously like it won't work, but jumping up and down actually does work. So I have learned in the last 3 years to put on Jump Around by House of Pain, and I don't stop jumping until Jump Around is done, no matter how much my heart hurts. And it actually works. It
I like the
actually
elliptical,
fucking
but I
works.
gave myself some bad chest stuff recently, but then I hopped off and did calm breathing for a while, and I was able to finish, and it actually made it better after that.
That's why jumping works differently.
Oh.
Jumping opens lymphatics, and jumping does
Hmm.
other things that other exercises don't do. It's only jumping. Jumping is the only thing.
You're all wild and out
I don't
here.
make the rules, I just know them.
Should we get to Elfheim, or is there more you want to discuss in Falconia?
No, I honestly, in this area, those were the things that were most important to me. The little weird wizard dude,
I love Wizard Man.
yeah, I did want him to have more eyeball. I really would have enjoyed more definitive features in
Do
his
you think
eyeball.
wait. Silot exists. I was about to ask, do you think Muira knew that Indian people have eyeballs?
Yeah, I'm starting to think no. Bunny Shark, that only works for me in the beginning, and then I have to wait till the end to do that. Yeah, I need him to have more eyeball. It's upsetting how little eyeball he have. If I there, where's ball? It's gross. That's all I
Man,
have to say about that.
jumping is good
That
for
is
bone
all.
density. I don't need more of that, though. I got a lot of bone density.
He's been addicted to milk since he was a tiny babe.
Milk actually doesn't help with bone density. I think it's just our genetics have high bone density because of the Lockhart clan.
I'm telling you, it's not your addiction in being out here life. It's your addiction in utero. Do you
Oh,
know
okay.
how much calcium I took while I was pregnant with you? I could not stop drinking milk and chocolate milk when I was pregnant with you. At some
Artorias
point,
is
I was like,
right.
I'm going to run out of money.
Artorias is right. The mix of Rickert and his wacky inventions plus Silot and his exotic weapon proficiency, great combo, great choreography.
Yes, I
It
agree.
was really good.
Okay, let's move out of the place of
Ooh.
falcons.
All right. So, first things
Oh,
first.
did we want to talk about the strange run through the tree realms up in the sky?
Yeah, the teleport circle. I mean, it was cool. It's definitely going to come up, and it's going to make Falconia's military fucking terrifying. I like that they
Yes,
need either Sonya or Griffith to work it so it doesn't feel as busted, and it means Sonya is
yes,
going to become more and more of a war leader. Can I give you a prediction?
yeah,
Training Farney and getting everybody together is going to mean they're on the island enough that we get a time skip, and when we leave, Sonya's going to be like scary general lady, probably still a young adult, not like old, but like I think she's going to be fucking terrifying is my prediction. I think Sonya when we leave is going to be a nightmare, and they're going to have these
yeah.
bridges set up all fucking over.
I agree. I agree. Um, I also think that it was a really important thing to do before he died because he obviously had notes on that later on in his story that were going to become central, and he wanted to make sure you couldn't just back out of it because you can't have something like that happen one fucking time. You can't.
No, I agree. I think a ton of things here were touched on earlier than he intended, so that he could be the one that introduced him. I don't
Yeah,
actually have confidence Skull Knight was meant to show up here in the initial draft. I don't have confidence that gravestone was supposed to be on this island. I don't think
I
it
don't either.
was. I think things were moved so that he could be the one who introduced us to all of the things he wanted to be part of the story.
Exactly. I think the same thing. And I think he was like, there's no way in hell this shit's not getting used later. I'm putting it in now so people know it was part of my
Yeah.
work.
Artorias, I know Moonboy was using them, but the idea of the armies using the branches, that being introduced, I felt like was here so that he was the one that brought it in.
Yeah.
Like, I think there are things that were pushed in here faster than he would have otherwise because he wanted to be the one. I think it's smart. I think you don't want the new guy taking over to be introducing a bunch of new rules to the world. Like, it wouldn't feel right. To be fair,
Yeah.
Moonboy's
It
Griffith,
was
yeah, but I still think setting up the army using it was sorry, Moonboy, was smart.
because not only that, you were.
It's funny because Moonboy would
I
do that.
love that Ilani did Sorry Moon Boy. Not only that, using it in the real world meant that you're moving dimensional bodies, not interdimensional bodies, and you're moving people with you and their fucking horses and weapons.
Yep.
That's wild.
The fact that anybody
That's
could use it, but only Sonya and Griffith wouldn't get lost is interesting.
also Sonia becoming a member of the clergy.
I love her little
What?
Pope hat. It's really cute.
I fucking hate Sonia so much.
I
Hate her
love
more
her
every
because
day.
it's so fun to so often be like, "Aw, she's adorable," and then remember she's terrifying.
No, I hate her and I hope a house drops on her, but also I think it's like when she was like need some comforting too. I was like, well, I am happy that you're super jealous and you don't get to fornicate um Griffith. That makes me happy that you're so sad. Your
I
sadness makes me joyful.
her you can't tell me all of her little reaction faces aren't fucking adorable and funny. You're not lying to me.
I I don't find her adorable
You're lying.
at all.
How dare you lie to
Even
me
a
on my
little bit.
on our stream? You're lying to me.
I don't find her adorable. I find her manipulative, so I don't find her adorable at all. I'm immune to her shit. Keep in mind, I'm a teacher. Do you want to know how many adorable faces I see a day? Kids trying to give me their cute looks to get away with shit? No, I'm fucking immune to that shit.
Sometimes I am perfectly fine being manipulated by adorableness, like with puppies or Moda.
Hey, puppies are different. If puppies want to use their adorability to manipulate me, quite frankly, if any animal wants to manipulate with me with their adorability, including a polar bear, I'm like, yeah, that's on me. That's on me for falling for your cuteness.
Sonya is the only one of Griffith's closest allies that you actually want to be redeemed. I think you're wrong. I think she should. Look, I love her. I think she's adorable and terrifying. I think she should be burned at the stake like the witch she
Hot
is.
take? I'm still waiting for a house to land on her. I'm
Don't worry,
hoping
we
that
have a girl who's experienced in stake burnings. She can handle Sonya.
Yeah.
Barney, we
I
need you to
know
come out of
somebody who's
retirement.
gonna really enjoy that too. She's gonna get some layered reactions. Creepy mask dude before we leave really spoke to me with his creepiness in this episode. In this episode of Creepy People, Mask Boy.
The mask blob? Are we not moving to Elfheim yet? All right.
I'm moving to Elfheim now. I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned
Mask
Mask
boy was scary?
Blob.
He was.
Yeah, it was really freaky for me. Eleni, look, you're allowed to have your opinions, but consider I am biased.
Um,
Yeah.
I like John Doe agreeing with me here and saying, get her, Farney, Sonia's gotta go. Look, Farney has a talent for burning witches at the stake, and we have a witch who needs burning, is all I'm saying. Is it ironic because Farney's also a witch? Yes, some witches gotta burn.
Some witches gotta burn. Wow. My past life witch self, very unhappy right now.
Not every witch needs to burn.
Yeah.
Chirky, no burning required.
Where are we?
Beginning of Elfheim. They arrive.
All I'm trying to do is leave motherfucking Falconia.
They arrive. They're in a pump. They're in a special forest of rocks. It's been built to keep people out. So they tie a string to Puck because he's from there, and everybody follows him, and it's adorable.
I just also loved the little goodbye of the mermaids at the shore.
Yeah, that was cute.
Aww, that was so sweet.
Have I mentioned I really love Yzma as a character, and I want to enjoy her more. And it is weird how often teenager boobs are just out.
Yeah, and her little butt and how she was in a like butt lifted position. I was like, what are you doing?
It's like, as a character, the way she's written and acts, I find her incredibly charming and I really want to like her. Can teenage boobs please stop being just constantly on page?
Yeah, no need.
I agree with Clarith.
An honest 100% miss. Am I being burned, said Bunny Shark? No, you're not, Bunny Shark. You're fine. Feel free to carry on. I support women's wrongs. The pumpkin field?
Can I say...
Great choice.
Can I say Meryl just made me think of the funniest fucking thing? Which is, like, a society that likes male magic users but burns witches, but they're also progressive, so they burn transgender witches.
Oh my god. Can I just say that was terrible?
I just think it's funny.
Can I also just say that choosing a scarecrow and pumpkin patch theme in the beginning was great.
It was fucking adorable. I loved it. I also love Puck when it's objectively too late going, I remember this. The scarecrows attack you.
Exactly. The little dude reaction in this whole section we read, which by the way was the longest fucking section. Like the longest, some witches gotta burn, clipped by Eleni. Let me see. Uh-oh. I gotta see it here. Yeah, here we go. I'm watching it. Some witches gotta burn is what it says. That's fucking hilarious. What book are we on? 41. Found it! I found it here. It's right here, in case you were worried. I lied to you. Didn't find it.
Okay.
We're in the wrong book.
This is where Moda shows up, and everyone's telling her, no, Moda, we don't think they're... And she just sticks a fucking Wicker Man on him, because she's excited to use it. I immediately loved Moda. I saw this happen and went, yeah, she rules. This woman's awesome.
That's so you. You've got questionable taste at best.
I was immediately on board with Moda. Moda shows up and goes, get him, fire guy! And I'm like, yeah, this girl rules.
You have issues that cannot be comprehended.
It's perfectly comprehensible. Moda rules.
You have issues like I love her. But you have issues on issues.
Did you immediately like Moda when she sicked the Wicker Man on him?
It wasn't the sicking of the Wicker Man that did it for me.
Okay.
For me, it was just that she thought everyone sucked.
I mean, I don't think her people suck, but I think she is right that they are close-minded.
She immediately was like,
I'm right.
she immediately was like, "Oh God, all these bitches," and I was like, "Girl, I hear you. All
And
these
everybody,
bitches."
just a reminder, to watch the video essay. It's out next week. I don't know when. It'll be up soon. I might film an extra green screen segment tonight for it. Maybe.
Do, do,
All right, I'll do it tonight.
do it
Oh,
tonight.
okay, I will.
I legitimately can't find my book. It ran away. I can only find 41, and I want 42. Oh, I lied to you. I want 41.
You good?
Yeah,
Lucy,
so
it
this
can't have
awkward
happened
moment.
again.
This awkward moment where I was right where I needed to be all along.
Can I be honest, Clarith? I loved her as soon as I saw her design to BH. I think she looks great. When we're talking design, it is a played down version of the same witch outfit we've seen before. And other than that, she's all there is tall, curvy, pretty face and mean girl hair. Now, if that's all you need to call it a great design, I agree with you, but I don't think it is a design worth noting and saying why I like her is her design. Because by design, you mean you like her because she's hot.
I have a thing I want to talk about with people being hot and design choices.
Okay, go for it.
I'm pretty pissed off that I didn't get to see Casca with her long braided cool hair and outfit for longer than 17 seconds.
Yeah, like the dress was great. I get that it's not her, like it's not her vibe, but she looked so great. You know what was really frustrating? I tried to look up reference for this outfit, and all I find is 800 fucking cosplays of the outfit she's in for less than a chapter.
And Guts never saw it.
Yep. It was so
Like,
pretty,
ever.
but like why give us something that pretty if it's gone immediately?
This is a gift I'd like to give you. I don't really want this gift. Nope, you should have this gift. Okay. All right, take
Passes
it
out.
off.
That's how you get out of it.
I was like,
He might have seen
no.
it, but she didn't see him see it. We know that.
Yeah.
Um, I think we should talk
Oh,
about.
I want to have I want to have a forest full of mushrooms that I can lay on.
I think before we get to Casca coming back, I want to talk about the first introduction we get to the witch area first. Um, because before that happens, don't we see the beginnings of them integrating? Because, what's her face is God. Why can't I remember her name? Danon is like, no, 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 guys. The king of the elves will be all upsetty if we rush things, so we got to hang out for a bit. Is it in the hanging out part that we get Farnese and Shirky getting told to show off their magic, and everyone's amazed that Farnese learned her spell so quickly? I was so fucking proud of her.
What is this? Who is
Oh,
glowworm
it's just
meter?
someone here to harass for no reason. My take is if someone comes in and the first thing they say is an insult, it actually has to be extremely funny for me to keep them. And all they're doing is calling me Jewish, which by the way, I'm not. I'm like a weird mix of races that makes everybody get shit wrong, which is funnier. I guess I'm banning you, like, because you're not gonna add anything to my chat. Bye.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was a thing to do.
Like if people have come in and insulted me right away and I've kept them around because the insult was funny enough that it kind of determined that they were someone who wanted to add to the chat in a fun way. And I usually don't regret keeping those people around because they tend to end up being very funny. That was just anti-Semitic for no reason.
And pedophilic.
Yeah, actually, a little bit of that. It's usually a funny comment
Yeah,
about my hair. Yeah,
kind of
funny comments about my
gross.
hair usually are okay. Oftentimes they have a good joke for it. And I know my hair is weird. I don't choose this hairstyle thinking it's normal.
I choose my hairstyle thinking it's normal.
Your hairstyle is normal. You just have long woman hair, sometimes with bangs.
Whoa!
Yep.
I don't know what to say anymore. I feel called out.
Uh-huh. Your hair is normal. What do you want? Your husband's hair also pretty
They
normal.
smelled my trumpet. Has He's a
I love
skinhead.
Farney getting to show off. I love Shirky getting to be like, oh no, this did happen after. Never mind. You were right. We get introduced to magical
Thank
creatures.
you.
We get all the little guys bouncing around. We get unicorns. Were you happy about that?
Unicorns? Yeah.
I just felt like, with how
I would
excited
like
you are
to
about
have
like
seen them.
dragons and trolls and stuff, I thought you'd be excited about a unicorn.
Look, here's the problem. Do you remember?
Sorry, can you speak up?
Little Yoda guy showing his. Do
You're cutting out. You're
guy
roboting
shut
a
up
lot.
black thing?
You're really roboting right now. Well, now you're roboting on. Oh, now you're roboting both. Actually.
I am robot.
Uh-oh. Did I think? No, I thought Moda would be the like silly fuck up at first, and then I got a pretty good grasp of what she was going to be.
Do you remember? Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Where's my phone?
The 24th
The
of
25th
September.
September.
Lucy was excited about the unicorns.
Do you remember when dude showed up on that mountain goat thing? You know the one?
Yeah, when the little wizard shows up and changes the rain and is like, the fuck are you kids doing? Yeah, he was actually nice. He was
Remember
like, good
how
job
he's on
keeping
the-
guard. They're fine.
Okay, you remember it. I wanted that to be the unicorn.
You wanted him to be riding a unicorn, not a special goat.
Yeah, like I get it. The goat suited him. He looks like Yoda.
Which makes sense because it really
but
feels like our boy was in a Star Wars mood today.
It really did. But I would have liked that to be a little unicorn.
A tiny unicorn
If
donkey.
it makes sense. Yes. Yes, a unicorn donkey. Yes. Yeah, now I'm sadder. Not happier.
Good lord.
Gedfring. Gedfring is the dude I'm talking about.
Well, my bad translation called it Moda, so I'm going to call her that. What? So you were disappointed by the proper unicorns because you thought the little wizard man should have had a unicorn.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that all the lady wizards, when they get old enough, get fucking kicked out, I guess, to live on their own?
No, apparently, just what did she get kicked out for? Well, hanging out with the king
Flora
or something.
got kicked out, but then we also saw Moda's teacher got kicked out. Like, the only sages we see in town are old men. I felt like that was weird for some reason.
Sexist, that's why you feel like it's weird.
Yeah, because we got lots of lady wizards for the students. Like, it's about 50-50. They get tired of cleaning up after everyone had left. That, honestly, best explanation. I'm on board.
That is a good point. Them calling it the roar of the astral world kind of made it feel like there is a god, a giant god within the astral world that yelled and it ripped asunder everything.
We kind of know that to be true because we know that there's apparently the god everyone used to worship and the sun are basically the same, and it's this deep source of power and light deep within the abyss. By the way, before we go tonight, we are going to quickly read the bonus lost chapter that we skipped at the end of this. We just didn't want today's talk to be all about it.
Yep. Oh, I love their houses too. You know how sometimes you go into a magical world or a kingdom or a fairy thing and you're like, oh, you live in stupid places. Like when we went to, that's maybe why I've also Star Wars on the mind. Kind of reminds me of a lower to the ground Ewok village.
Oh, that's funny. I got Dagobah vibes.
Well, it could be both, but honestly, I love their village and their homes.
It
10
was
out of 10.
beautiful. Some of
I
the
want
best
me
setting
one of
work.
these.
It was cool how
Yeah.
it felt like if Shirky's house was a city.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It was so good. It was felt magical. I felt good within it.
But Clarith, I don't wanna.
What?
Um. Okay, now I guess we'll talk about the resurrection because I think we were done here.
Yep.
Yep.
Love the little mushroom land.
Oh, also, we should say you're right. The brownies were the most adorable Muppets. I fucking love the brownies.
The brownies were the most adorable what?
Little Muppets. They were little Muppets, and they were great.
Yeah, they were adorable. They were so adorable.
Every time I see them doing their little things, doing their little errands, I'm like, "Aw, slave cast."
Oh, yeah, that little dude obviously from the inside of Falconia is one of these wizard dudes
What do you mean?
because well, he's obviously one of the same wizard dudes from Elfton that Rickard's with right now.
I think Daiba's from his own line of wizards, with a different culture because it's from the Middle East, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I think that he is also like they get the same look. Like they have the same roomy no eyeballs.
hmm. Okay, wait. People are okay. Artorias is saying that there's enough content in the Lost chapter for its own stream. So maybe next Berserk stream, instead of moving forwards in the story, we just read the Lost chapter live after reading the chapters before and after as a refresher off stream, and then we can talk about it because people are saying it's big enough.
All right. Um okay, we go to
Okay,
the mushroom land.
they go to
Once we're
Mushroom
done the
Land.
mushroom land,
Mr. Guts Berserk was not invited to help Casca because she afraid of him, which it feels like it makes sense. We now have it very clearly made very clear. She's not afraid of him, but he makes it impossible to shut down the memories of what happened.
yeah, she's also afraid of him. He did do some shit that was
Oh,
uncool.
for sure. But like the deep subconscious part of her that makes her unable to deal with him is like very specifically that feeling of he is too attached to everything that happened.
100%. And especially when we realize that the dog pulling her coffin is Guts.
Yeah.
And it was a good reminder of how much time they spent together as young people. Because when we look back at how old Guts was when he first came to the company, he
Yeah.
was just little.
The fact that they don't even recognize Guts at first was so neat. Like, they're like, who's this young man? Oh my god. Like, the first time they see him in the dream, they're like, oh yeah, that's a younger Guts. That's interesting. And the second time they see him, it's like, wait, he was this young when they met?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved that.
Okay, I'm just trying to get to the right place so we can get to the
While you're
mushroom.
doing that, I'm going to talk about what I noticed, which was, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but I think it's worth restating that I was really expecting this to be about just her trauma, but it was really such an acknowledgement of Casca as a character, of seeing all of her, of seeing all of her memories, and being reminded why this character matters, who she is, the story she had, and what she represented. And like, God, it was all really, really beautiful. And I also fucking loved, we talked about this off stream, the representations of Casca and Griffith, or sorry, of Casca and Guts within her memory. The one-legged wounded dog and a broken doll in a coffin whose only bit of consciousness is this tiny bit of playful life. Like the animating spark that's left in her body is this little tiny thing. And both of us kind of agreed, we can't really say exactly what it symbolizes. Like clearly to a bit it symbolizes her identity as who she's been since, but like it just feels right somehow that it's just something innocent, this little bit that would persist through it. And I really
Except
liked it.
the little chick is innocent, but you know, I've had some thoughts on the doll. And do you remember I said earlier that the penis monsters in her dream
Yeah.
really remind me of a male perspective of rape in that they put the focus around the penis because for men the penis is somehow fucking everything. And so they put the focus around the penis being the problem rather than the man who did it. Like the penis is somehow separate from the man. But in
Yep.
actuality, the terror and the horror of rape is the lack of control of your own self. You
I
have no control of who you are. And her being seen as a broken doll is just that. A doll doesn't make autonomous decisions. It's a play toy that somebody gets to choose how it acts. And if they want, they can destroy it.
Which is why I love it being in a coffin, because the coffin is her decision to let the doll die, and why I love it being pulled by guts, because it's a not giving up on it, and it's a respect that this isn't a doll, I'm not letting it die, it's not dead, it does get to live, it does get to keep moving, but the sadness that the only reason it is because it's being dragged. Like, oh, everything about it is symbolically powerful. I also
Exactly.
agree with you. I also really love that the penis monsters are only the very surface level entry instead of what the whole thing was. And it really seems like they were the version of it where, like, in each of these places, there is um, a first thing they interact with before they find these memories that only represents the very surface level emotional part of it. And I'm glad that's all those were. That they weren't the
Yeah.
deeper part. That the monster there was Griffith, or Griffith as the hawk.
Yep. Because the penises of sexual assault are not separate of the person. It's the lack of control, the lack of being able to protect yourself, the lack of getting to be safe and make your own choices around your bodily autonomy. So I think it was incredible to see that she was a broken doll who didn't have any choice over her own bodily autonomy, but including the right to die in a way, because Guts, which might be one of the reasons that she was afraid of him, wouldn't even let her go and
Yep,
forced her to be dragged across the hell while he limped on three legs, impaled by all this grossness,
yep,
underfed and nourished, and he was trapped in this hell with her. And so
yep.
she didn't even get that choice. And yet, inside of her remained the spark of who she was as a vivacious, childlike character. So it's even sadder because this childlike character is trapped in this broken flesh monster being dragged across a hellscape, innocent.
Yep. Man, Mosgas eating giant monster dicks is an image you would not have imagined. I fucking love them bringing their memories in. It was so goddamn cute. I also love that how Farnese sees Serpico is a guy who's incredibly reliable and does whatever she asks but complains the whole time and is really sassy. That was so
I
fucking
I
funny.
think Serpico being who he was in this, it was so grounding for her.
Yep,
I at first I was like, okay, this is weird." And then I started to think about this is what she thinks of as being her safety, having someone bitch at her and make her keep real. So she isn't a spoiled
yep.
little bitch who just burns bodies, somebody who holds her accountable and will say the quiet part out loud. And so when he's like, "You really are a demanding cow, aren't you?" and this type of
Yeah.
thing, that's her grounding, and it
What
centers her so she isn't lost in this
I
dreamscape.
I fucking love everything about it. It's so fucking cute. I love the giant Mosgus anvil, sharp whetstone. Ugh. Flora coming in
I
was great, and the fact that that was actually Flora preserving herself in the realm of dreams and the astral to save Shirky was beautiful.
and like I said to you before, it's amazing because at first you're like, they had the perfect fetishes to help them inside here. And then I thought, no, that's not what this story is saying. What the story is saying is we all take paths along the way. Whatever path we take, whatever mistakes we make, whatever good things we do, all of those things, because it is what
Yep.
we did, have to become the things that make us strong.
They
They
used
didn't
the things that
happen.
came from them that were part of their
Right,
story. And sure, for Shirky,
right,
that was training, but that was partially trauma and regret for
exactly.
Nase.
Exactly. And so you don't get to make an arrogant statement of a human that, oh, I just didn't make the right choices and I didn't know how to do this and this. Everything you did has to become a learning tool and it has to become a strength, or you wasted your fucking time. So you better find the thing within the things you
Yep.
did that'll strengthen you. And I loved that idea.
Oh, he's supposed to be a washing board? That makes sense. Um, yeah, I agree, Clarith. Yep. Something
We did
Mama
too.
did too on our phone call. Something that I really fucking love. By the way, I do know that as a streamer I should repeat what you guys say, but sometimes I just don't feel like saying the words.
Yeah, the words are not fun to say
I
sometimes.
And I think what you talked about there, really plays into the scene with their training, where we see that the circumstances they've been in and who they are has made them such unique witches. Where Farnese has learned, before knowing how to use a circle, how to cast a spell without it, how to channel something great and reach out, because her experiences have shown her that she is an insignificant and yet despite that can do great meaningful things. She has seen the true depths of magic and darkness in this world. She has been forced to see so much, and it's truly changed her perspective and made her so capable of a mage for having barely any training and starting as an adult, whereas Shirky was already very competent and has been made so good at finding spirits and little things and making deals and communicating and reaching out, because she has to in the middle of combat all the time to save Guts and everybody constantly. And it's just so cool to see that theme bear out, where we see both in and out of the dream, all of their experiences shape them to be something impressive and special.
There's also something that he's saying here, which is really special too, that he's telling people. Yeah, training is really important. And yeah, ideally, if you're able to set yourself up and have the perfect circumstances to do the things you want to do, that's great. But that's not always how it works out. And you have to do things on the fly and imperfectly. And sometimes, often, that experience will actually make you better.
I also think there's a nice statement about talent and the like with Moda, where despite Shirky being so impressive, can't fly for shit. And Moda doesn't like mock her for it, but is like, I'm taking you for a ride, I'm showing you how. And it's made clear, like, it's because Moda doesn't care. It's because she just goes with the flow, does what she wants, and doesn't think too much about stuff, that it's easy for her to repel away the little spirits of gravity, because it just feels easy. She's relaxed. The things that bind things aren't drawn to this person. Each person's unique personality and the way they see things makes certain things harder and easier. I
Yeah,
love it all. It's so cute and good.
I think you have to thin this chick's face out.
Yeah, she looks a little baby, but I'm looking at the reference and she's a little baby.
No, it's gotta be thinner, I think. Also, you know what sentences I loved so
There, she's a
much?
little less
As
baby.
Guts is sitting, yeah, pull that sucker in. As Guts is sitting and staring at the tree all by himself, and the men walk up to him and say, "May we join you, Chief?" I don't like the word chief, we all know that. Let's just us men enjoy a night view of the blossoms. Never such a sentence has given me such joy. Let's just us men enjoy a night view of the blossoms. I might put that on
It
something.
was actually, that sounds like a fucking tattoo. Can I just say that your focus on the word chief really made me in my brain go, whoa ho, how goes Chief Guts?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh,
Shall we
chief.
sit by the fire, Chief Guts?
Exactly. That's what it felt like. I
I
understand.
can do a native accent at this point for like 2 sentences before it just becomes Prairie Canadian, so I gotta drop out now.
Um, when he says, "I understand how you feel, but at this point, all you can do is leave it to others. Isn't that what our voyage, what your whole journey was for?" And then they go, "But then you don't seem to like doing that." And then he said, "That's true, or it used to be, but a lot has changed. This journey has taught me a few things." Okay, I wasn't gonna do this,
Uh huh.
but this part broke me
Yeah.
because I realized that Mira was talking about himself and the journey of life here,
Aw, you made me cry. Do it. Do it.
and
Fucking
that
pull the trigger.
he was he was writing this as a way of saying, yeah, it was true. At one time, I didn't like leaning into people and letting people do things like help me draw or put together my story or hold my hand through the difficult times. And he said, it used to be, but a lot has changed.
Yeah.
This journey has taught me a few things. Alone, My own body on the line, I could rough it without regard for how worn it out it got. So it was him saying that when he was all alone and it was just him, he would just ignore himself and his body and it didn't matter. But with the two of us, my sword grew heavy and I could no longer afford to die. I could no longer handle it all on my own. I set aside my own ways, I accepted help from others, and I have pushed onward. I'd like to thank you. And I felt like he was talking to all the people he's worked with who helped him.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you. To hear such commendable words from you. And then he says, um, having lost her faith, Lady Farnese became obsessed, da, da, da. He said, I actually wanted to kill you. So in these moments when he was having this conversation with all the boys, I felt like he was telling us, the audience, but he was telling the people who drew with him and who helped him and the people he loved in his life, I don't want to die. I feel the pressure of being alive and paying for our lifestyle and making the story go on and being there to hug you. But I have no choice, but I want you to know that this journey has changed me and I want to thank you.
Yeah.
And
Can
it
I
just
can I
broke
continue
me.
this theme and make it even worse with a thing I
Yeah,
noticed? Um, I said as an artist, I felt like there was a big couple changes of the art quality. And I think
yeah,
people are largely going to say it's because of digital, and I agree, because it's easier to use gray, it's easier to change brush sizes, but it goes further than that. The shapes were less consistent, the facial structure was less consistent during Falconia. And to my understanding, obviously digital has something to do with this. There was an uptick in publication around this time. I believe his assistants were getting more involved. And to what I've been told and what I see, this thicker line, smoother style persists after his death. So I do think
yeah,
his apprentice and his assistants were likely very involved with the art towards the end.
yeah,
Now, I want to posit
yeah.
something to you. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go grab the pages because I actually think I need to show what I'm talking about for this one because it's art based. Fuck no. Okay, well, I'm trying to be emotional, but the thing to click away to see the manga is a bouncing click box, which was very frustrating to track down. I'll just be a moment grabbing a screenshot because I think this is very, very significant. Mother,
That's
sorry.
rude.
This is so annoying. The ads were so much less frustrating on my tablet. Why is it so bad on this website on my desktop? Maybe I won't grab it and I'll just try to describe it. I did like the dog. What did you think of a dog with a sword?
That was weird. That was weird, if in my honest opinion.
That magic dog and that magic dream dog had a sword.
I really, really loved going through her life again
Yeah.
and how every monster was its own indication of her mental state and what she was going through. But
Yeah. They were all
it,
some sort of emotion.
I thought it was very weird when Farnese said, Mistress, you mustn't look, and closed her eyes during the sex scene.
I mean, that's a baby.
But she's also her mistress.
I mean, look, I think she has been acknowledging this whole time that this is her mentor, but I think in that moment she also had to notice, girl, you're like 13 at most.
It was weird, though.
All right. I think I can show this one. So here's the thing that I started to notice in this section. To turn off all these pages. A thing that I started to notice is when we entered the memories of the eclipse. Through a lot of it, Shirky and Fernese were drawn more like the characters currently are. But the rendering style for the monsters, vines, and other things in the background had a lot more in common with old Golden Age Berserk.
Yeah.
And I started to feel something here. This was two characters whose what they represent in the story is them running into Guts, meeting him has changed their life. It has changed who they are. It has made them pursue their own dreams. It has made them believe in themselves more. They've gotten stronger and learned more. They've entered a world of darkness, and they've kind of become the inheritors of his will in a way.
Yeah.
And they are in the art style of modern Berserk, trudging into the worst of what Muira wrote, the darkest parts of the darkest part of Berserk. They are going into the heart of the agony and pain and baggage that the series has to offer to save one of its favorite characters and bring her into this new era where, as much as they're suffering, there is hope again. And I just started to get this feeling that, to me, it kind of embodied letting the people he knew would have to carry this series forwards if and when he died into the worst of it with him, and Guts him sitting on the outside trusting that they can handle it, that they can go into the worst of what he wrote, that they can tackle that, acknowledge it, and come out to carry Casca out with them. And it was just made so strong by the art here, feeling so much like it represents the newer him that has connections with people, that has a team helping him out, tackling what
Well,
was the worst of a story that was about why this man is alone.
this
And that
part
just,
here made me sad too, because I felt like it was his team of writers and artists carrying him as he was falling apart. He was going in reverse order of Casca, and they were carrying him forward so he could make it to the end in a coffin, because
yeah,
he's not coming out alive. I thought
yeah.
it
Cas-
represented carrying Mira to the end, that his team would move the obstacles out of his way and tell the story they needed to tell before he died, carrying
yep.
him in his broken body. Like, it's just too much.
And X is saying that too, that and that her being saved is him getting to live on through them and be part of them. I agree. It's really fucking beautiful. It made me so goddamn sad, but also so happy that he got to
Yeah,
love this character and this story so much. And he got to be with it so long that he had a team of people working with him who also loved the story, who could help bear this, who could help him go back here and help
yeah,
reunite him with a character that he loved so much.
yeah.
I think like
And then,
it's really easy to underestimate how much authors love their characters. And he clearly loves Casca so much, and I'm just so glad that he got to make it far enough for this scene.
yeah, I thought that it was so relieving to me that he got to finish this and he got to see Casca come back.
I agree.
This whole thing was fucking bullshit, full of the cries and the whans.
It was so good though. Can I also talk about how it really feels like a lot of why Casca implicitly trusted Farnese was seeing another broken person, and thinking of that, having Farnese be the one to have faith in Casca enough to put her back together harmed, knowing she has to live with an unbearable pain and believing that she can make it through, was really touching. Like, didn't need to do anything. We're not going to dispel these thorns. Just trusting that she could survive it. I really loved
And
it.
basically saying, like, ain't nobody got time for this.
Yep.
So I have faith in you that you are going to learn to get stronger,
Yep.
that you're not going to make all this effort not worthwhile.
Ugh. So beautiful.
Yeah. It was it was an exercise in weighing. I'm still feeling why-ish, why-ish, wazzer. Yeah, you get the point.
Yep.
But nothing made me sadder than watching those fucking golem things carrying the casket
Ha!
through the darkness.
Casket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they were picking the casket up
Ha.
and carrying Muira to the end.
Casket.
And that he also got to talk about his feelings of death by having the mistress come back and saying, "I told you I would come to you in your dreams,"
Yep.
and saying we would meet again in this place as a way of saying, you know, we don't actually die. He did do the most horrible vagina monster I have ever seen.
Yeah, we gotta have those in there.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Um, it's page 74 of 178. It is maybe the most, it's not even a vagina monster, it's a monster being born from one. And it's terrifying. There's no way.
I love an awful monster. I'm a big fan. I think it used to be enough before mass media. Oh, that's a little too thin. It used to be enough before mass media that
No, I
you
like
could
it
just,
thinner on both sides.
well,
Like it should come in at her ear level on the other side. The ear's too far out on my right hand side.
well, get over it.
No.
Yeah.
Mass media.
There we go. This is a little nicer. God damn it, where'd my brain go? I'm fucking dead. That was sad.
Mass media.
Oh yeah, mass media has made us all be exposed to just like, what if a guy was big and had claws and it's boring? I need a monster to disturb me. I want to feel upset by looking at it for it to feel monstrous, and Berserk delivers.
I don't necessarily need vaginal births during my monsters.
Give me whatever it takes. Inject me with whatever monster you need to make me feel uncomfortable.
I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel like, oh, okay.
That's uncomfortable. You just made an uncomfortable noise.
You know what I loved? I loved Casca reaching down to her own mark on her chest and using it as a doorway, the little self, her little
Yeah.
self.
To like
And
you acknowledging the scar as a way of re-entering who she is.
that she's like, that is on me. I don't have a choice. So I'm going to use this as my entranceway back into myself. The curse that he put upon me is going to be the key to me reconnecting myself. That's pretty crazy.
All right.
I love how she woke up too.
It was really, really great. I loved her explaining that it was like a dream, but she remembers and she appreciates, and it's like all of the memories
That girl,
are one.
and she calls it that girl Elaine saw everything.
Yeah.
And it now rests within me.
Can I just say, we said for a long time her coming back needed to be really well delivered on for it to make it feel like how shit she was for so long to feel worthwhile. I'm sorry, this did it for me. How awful Casca was for nearly 200 chapters, maybe more. What was it? I think over. Now I'm perfect. Yeah, it was more. I'm fine with it. I am actually good with it now. It was because it made this feel better. It made this feel better how fucking useless of a toddler she was.
Yeah, the fact that she remembered it was super important, it turns out.
The delivery of this, it made it work.
I'm still really mad that I didn't get to see more of Casca wandering around in her braids and wing hairstyle.
Yep. But now we need to talk about something important, okay?
All right.
We know she passes out. She can't see Mr. Guts Berserk. We're very sad about that. But we both kind of felt like it was a bit necessary, so we didn't rush into her just being back, or it would feel cheap. Right?
Yeah.
And we just read live the chapter where they get to be near each other again, and holy fuck, that was awful. And we're gonna wait forever before we find out what happens, because we got to do a stream about the bonus chapter first.
Yeah.
So now I want to talk about a scene Ilani brought up, where they're like, hey, you used to fight. You want to warm up? And they're like, have a bunch of straw men. I have a great argument for you. And she beats him up and she's amazing. And Roderick is like, oh my God, she's even better than me. Now, I want to bring something up to you that I mentioned. I'm curious where you stand on who do you think is a better fighter between Serpico and Casca? Because I think this is genuinely interesting.
I think it's fucking Casca all the way.
I think before this adventure, I'd fully agree, but Serpico's been doing the, like, grind of surviving fighting monsters. But can I pitch something to you?
But he hasn't had to plan battles in the way that Casca did or see a field in the way she did.
No. In a war, Casca's better, hands down.
No, and that's why I think she's better hand to hand, because she looks at opponents differently and has been doing it for, a decade.
Can I also bring up, I think fighting monsters, Serpico is better because he actually knows how.
Maybe.
So the question comes down, if one of them's better fighting monsters, one of them would be better in a war, who wins in a fight between Serpico and Casca at this point?
Casca. But
Serpico does have magic items and Casca doesn't yet, though.
But give her a month!
Serpico,
she just needs a month.
So aesthetic says Serpico. The better question is Serpico versus Golden Age Griffith, because you think Griffith gets his ass kicked. I kind of agree. Sadly, power creep to her. Serpico also has magic. Casca's 4th place after Guts. Shirky and Serpico now. I kind of agree. I just don't think she's staying there for long.
I don't think she's behind Shirky. I think she will.
Shirky's special. She's not really. She can solve big fights, but like she's not really like a 1v1 me, bro.
Exactly. I think she's gonna get like a lot better very quickly.
I'm also curious to see if and what magic items we're giving her, because it's got to be something. I think Serpico
Well, there's
wins
already
the
thing around her neck, because she gave her the special thing around her neck for the pretty outfit, and then Casca slept in it, which is not a flex.
You know what? I might agree with Ilony here. I think Casca loses a 1v1 if they're using what equipment they have, but I think if we equalize the equipment so there's no magic items and they don't get like extra tricks like poison or whatever, I think Casca probably wins the 1v1 against Serpico.
Yeah.
Because Serpico's a tricksy bastard. Like, he would use terrain disadvantage.
She just needs a little pickup.
Yeah. Casca with 1 week of magic items would whoop Mosgus. I kind of agree. Whoa, but Mosgus had a dragon form, and dragon form was pretty fucked. I don't care.
Mosgus could suck it. I think Casca is right there.
Mosgus is dragon form, though? Like, base Mosgus,
I don't care.
Sure.
I think Casca has a different level of experience, and plus now she's got something very special, and that is called
Plot armor.
Anger. She had her life taken from her. She's going to be a new level of focus. All right. Is it time to read the missing chapter that we have had held from us?
No. Remember, people said it's so big that it would take an entire stream. We got to do a stream for the missing chapter.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah, it's been a long one. I think we just do closing segments unless we're forgetting something. Oh, wait, the last scene was Skull Knight. We are missing something.
Skull Knight and his whole, hey, I'm Skull Knight, I used to be a king, and then I had fornication with this person and got her kicked out. Let me tell you, that's all great, but I'm mad at him for saying that the only reason that Guts survived was luck. I wanted to be like, bitch, the only reason that Guts survived was the new hope and the many hands.
Yeah. I mean, one of the hands was yours, but like, it's the fact that he reached out to people, that he made friends. He's made it this far because he's done it.
Yep.
Muira said in one of his interviews, he introduced Shirky because he needed someone to even the odds in regards to magic for a confrontation with Griffith and the Apostles. Shirky's strong as hell, and the only character in the crew might be stronger than Guts. I think Shirky is way harder to rank power level than characters like Farnese, Serpico, Guts, and Casca, because they all fight one-on-one. They fight people. Even Farnese right now, using her vines, isn't like the big, I'm gonna blow up an army. She does weird shit. She does big shit. She summons a wheel of fire. I think you can't really rank her the same way, because she doesn't fight. She's an artillery piece.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you rank a Roman soldier versus a Roman soldier with a ballista?
Yeah, I agree. Okay, it's
Um,
closing time.
it's closing time. Well, no, we gotta talk about this because they meet the dwarf man who you said you were very happy that our boy Muira got to introduce, the guy who built the armor.
I was, because in the future, if they're obviously going to do a plot about the armor and talking about what it's infused with and how the armor eats and how the armor maintains memory over time and what that does to the wearer. And
Yeah,
I think it would have been bullshit because obviously it's something that Mira had in his mind for a long time, obviously. And
yeah.
so it would have been bullshit if Mira wasn't the one who got to show it and explain it. So I was pretty thrilled that we met him. I was pretty thrilled that Guts almost killed him,
I
and that
fucking love that he underestimated Guts so much. He was like, it's fine if I activate the armor because I'm going to put you in magic chains. And Guts was so
without
goddamn strong that he was about to rip that room apart if Shirky hadn't have been there. So good on
yeah, and
Moda
without
kidnapping
like
Shirky.
any without any warning at all to activate the armor was bullshit. So I was thrilled when he had to take it up the butt.
I love his reaction like, oh, he's strong, huh?
Yeah, like, oh, okay, well
Oh,
that was
no.
unexpected.
Skull Knight's like,
That's
did you see the sides of his sword? Did you think he wasn't?
Yeah, I was thrilled. I was like, well, there you go, baby. That's what happens when you play stupid games. You win stupid
It was
prizes.
great. Um, the is the elf. So the elf queen said that daemons are reborn from human souls sometimes. Does that mean that's what she is, and that's why she looks like Skull Knight's wife, girlfriend, concubine, mistress? I don't know.
Um, Somebody who occasionally hangs out with him.
And yes, Artorias did point out something I noticed that's fucking insane. Did you notice that in the flashback to Skull Knight being Griffith and sacrificing everybody, that Void was the only one of the God Hand that was around back then, meaning that the God
Ye-
Hand can die?
Yep, that was a little surprising, wasn't it?
That was such an important note.
I was like, oh, what? Wait
Oh,
a
Illidy, you're
minute.
so smart. Flora got banned for doing something against the rules, so she might have been brought back as an elf by necromancy that Flora did.
Yeah, I was thrilled because now we know that because up until now they've made it seem like once a god hand, always a god hand, which made us feel like Griffith is inevitable, but Griffith is fleeting.
Yep. And sure, they'd clearly survive a while. Void was around back for Skull Knight, but he was the only one.
Yep.
Oh, man. I Clarith, you know what I find very funny about the previous Godhead members? He was like, well, what was the previous Slan like? Because she's a sexy succubus. How do I do another sex member of the Godhead? I know, pile of boobs with a lady face on top.
So stupid. Like
Can we just agree that the current Godhand have better designs than the old gang?
it was such a stupid fucking design.
Slan looks so fucking cool. That lady's a pile of boobs.
You know what it was? It was literally boob piece.
You were drinking water? Too bad.
It was boob piece. It was my point made as an art piece. Look what happens when you too many boob.
Now I think we have touched on everything we needed to, unless we really need to go on Isidro being a shitty bastard.
No, I'm good.
Okay, cool, we don't.
He's he sucked. I don't want to talk about his sucking. Isidro, you sucked.
I understand he was frustrated, and frankly, I would have been on his side if he was punking all the mages and not just the girls.
Exactly.
If he was going for the boys too, I'd be on his side because they were mean to him.
Yeah, but he wasn't. So
Nope.
there you go.
There you go.
Okay, so what are the things we need to do?
We need to do our Guts ranking of Mr. Guts Berserk as a protagonist. And I think we should
10.
bring back
A plus.
our ranking of Griffith as a protagonist, because he is the hero of the world, not the story in this in Falconia. You want to give him an A?
my ranking is A plus for him in here, and I'll tell you why.
For Griffith or
It's
Guts?
for Guts.
I'm with you
This
on Guts.
this was Guts. Everything about Guts come to fruition. We got to see Guts be a person of not just strength of body, but strength, not just strength of will, but strength of character and strength of heart.
Well,
He learned the power of love, and he learned what it looks like. That one of the hardest things to ever learn, you can't do everything yourself. You have to have faith and trust in those around you. Like, I struggle with it all the time. I want to do all the things myself because I don't trust other people to do it right. And
and
I felt for him.
can I point something out that is huge for why I think he deserves an A here?
Yeah.
He had a trait we normally see in Griffith, which is Guts was present as the protagonist when he wasn't there, because throughout the section of Rickart's Big Adventure and Little Falconia, we got so many indicators of how important Guts as a person has been to the arcs and learning and lessons of so many people all at once. We got to
Yep.
see how much he mattered and how much he affects people. This was the final payoff of what I mentioned last time, which is that the story has gone out of its way to show us how significant it is that Guts survived, that it mattered
Yeah.
that he struggled, and it's incredible.
Yeah. On the Griffith, I'm giving him an A, not an A plus,
I think that's fair.
because we got to see how he used good leadership as a mask for evil. And we got to see that for him, uh, being beloved by, he can't just be liked, he can't just be good, he has to be the best, and he has to be beloved.
Yep. Ilani also points out Guts was important in almost every scene in Elfheim, even when he wasn't present, and that's so true.
Agree. Him not being at the dream sequence was important. And when
Yep.
you're not being somewhere is important, you know you're
Yes.
bringing your game.
That says a lot about how
Yeah.
relevant he was.
Yeah. Okay.
God.
What's our next area? Top people?
Next one is our top 5 without Griffith and Guts, because we put them in their own realm, because
Casca is number 1.
yeah, that's true. That's pretty true.
Like, she just has to be. The way she came out, the story of her coming back together, um, everything about Casca, getting to see her again, like, actually getting to have the story with Casca in it properly and not going who anymore was
Making
so
good on a promise built up for so long.
exactly. It was number 1. It was, and knowing that Kentamura got to see it before she died, or before he died.
I'm going to do something a little interesting. I'm going to leave
Okay.
number 2 for you. I have 2 contenders. I know how I would put it, but I have 2 contenders I think could be there. I'm
Okay.
going to say number 3 is a combo, because it's Farnese and Shirky.
100%. I might even have put them at 2, but
I thought
I might
about
put
it, but
them
there was another character I thought deserved it more.
Are you thinking Rickard?
I was.
Because Rickard hitting Griffith, I don't know if Rickard knows how big of a deal that is.
But
That's
I don't
why
think
I
he
might
needs
put him at
to.
3.
I don't think he needs to know how big of a deal it is, because we know to him it is massive, because he was like ashamed that he didn't have the strength of Guts to stand up for what he believed in.
Yeah, I agree. I just might have made him number 3, but I will be fine with putting him in at number 2.
But yeah, all 3 of those characters, holy shit. Grickert was incredible. Shirky and Farnese felt so fucking impressive in this section. I was so proud of them.
Agreed. Okay, who are you going to do as your number 4 or 5?
Number 4, Danon.
Yep.
Yep.
1,000,000%. Yeah, no notes on that.
Now, you're on number 5. I would pick Moda. Up to you.
Uh,
There's a lot of characters. Let's talk through all of your options.
It's
You
a
got
really
Serpico and
hard one.
Roderick.
Yeah. Because I honestly kind of want to do the boy group, the boy band,
Yeah.
all getting together to man up and watch some flower night blossoms.
I mean, I think that scene is very important. It was huge and just fucking beautiful. You know what it felt like? And it felt like something that was referenced in the dream about this time, which was the
Yes,
Campfire of Dreams.
yes, 100%.
But a better Campfire of Dreams, where the dreams are, instead of everyone needing to huddle for warmth around one campfire, it was Guts making people realize they could build their own flame and they could all hold them together.
And if I was good, and to add to that, I felt like Guts was no longer just sitting back at a lone fire and
Yeah.
watching the dreams. Dreams.
Well,
He had a future.
but and like he was at his fire. This is Casca being saved. This was his flame that had
Exactly.
gotten other people to light theirs. And like, God, what a beautiful moment.
Yeah. That's why I really wanted the boys to be in at number 5
I think number
as
5
a
is Puck and his
as a
brothers.
group.
God damn it.
What?
Someone's suggesting Puck and his brothers as number 5. Honorable mentions.
That Puck part was funny as fuck. With all of his brothers being like, "Is that Pook?" or
Yeah.
and he's like,
Peak.
"It's
Well,
Puck."
God, it's so silly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to put all of like Moda's great and all, but
Look, here's the thing. Moda's the type of character that makes top 5 in a lot of arcs because she's just fun and she had an important impact and some thematic relevance and stuff. But like, no, Serpico and Roderick deserve it more.
yeah,
Daiba
good.
is
Okay.
another great honorable mention. So is Salat. People are bringing up. I think their help with Rickert. Honestly, Luca is an honorable mention, and the fact that Luca was this far down the list of honorable mentions tells you what this section was.
Exactly.
Fucking
Okay,
Sonya's an
what's next?
honorable mention.
I got to get to the pub after this before the ferry traffic comes in, so I have to be
Okay, so
expedient.
let's try to close out. Drip. We're gonna do Drip and Monsters because there was enough of both.
Drip, I get Casca's outfit when she's given the good outfit.
Okay, I'm gonna do Farnace's witch outfit. Hey, can someone count up how many times Farnace's been my pick for Drip?
It's nonstop. You have a thing for Farnace's drip.
Now, you might think I'd pick Moda. Moda's Drip is the same witch outfit as everybody else. She's just hot.
She just wears it different.
The pedal corset is beautiful. It's all fucking great. All right, I'll post the VODs soon. Then you can, Ilani. If that'll get it done. God, I loved it all. I love Farney's witch outfit. All right, what's your favorite monster? I'm tempted to just pick the one you hate.
The penis or the vagina?
The vagina monster.
Oh, you know what? No, screw you. I'm picking the vagina monster.
All right, I'm picking Sword Dog!
I lied. I'm picking the penis.
But now, I can't also switch. Fuck it. Whatever. Sword Dog it is. Mask Apostle was also really cool. It was a great fight, too. Best monster's the boob grapevine? No, but also funny.
No. Okay, next.
Minor character, which doesn't bother Lav anymore, because Lav, I'm thinking of getting Cricket to edit these, by the way, so we can get them up. But, so I guess we're not bothering Lav, it's just a tradition. What's your favorite minor character? Moda doesn't count, she's too cool.
I liked, honestly, Puck's brothers.
I am gonna pick, oh god, who is it? The fucking, the old man who shows up and changes the weather.
He's good. That's a good choice.
Lav is recovering. We're not putting stress on Lav, and until they're able to move here, probably won't be editing, because communicating long distance is stressful. All right. Do we have other closing segments? Right. We do a happiest and saddest. This is gonna be tough because I'm letting you pick first, so I'm gonna have to pick the second happiest.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Happiest for me is when um Casca wakes up
Yep.
and and says, "I feel like I already know you." Hi, Farnese. Hi, blah blah blah. Like when she goes through them all.
I also love that they have to be like, "Don't call me Miss," and so does she, over and over again, because they're all trying to be
Yeah,
polite to each other. It's so cute.
yeah, it's
We love
adorable.
girls who are friends. It's great.
It was amazing.
Um, man. Because you picked that, I'm gonna take the Rickert slap, even though I should take them first touching in on her memories and how beautiful that was. The Rickert slap needs to be up here, so I'm picking it. Plus, it feels like those are
Uh,
part of the same thing, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
All right, what's your saddest moment?
My saddest moment is when Guts acts as Kentamura and thanks all of his people.
Ah, that is sad. You're gonna make me cry. I mean, yeah,
Just a
for
minute,
me, it was the
I
part.
gotta do this first.
Oh,
I promised I would find the vagina monster. Go to
okay.
page 74 of 178 in book 41.
I think most of this is book 41. Yeah. All right.
Okay, you do your saddest moment.
I think my saddest moment is going to be the same thing, which is my moment where I read in and felt like I was seeing something that was Muira talking to his audience. And for me, that was the new characters who represent unity and why you struggle, going into the cause of the struggle, where it felt like the new Berserk team was going into the darkest days of Berserk.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, it felt really, it made me
Well,
cry to think about.
carrying the coffin up the hill
Yeah.
part where I felt like it was all the people who carried Mira to the end, it was pretty brutal too.
Yep. So that's what I'm picking. We did it. We finished the part of Berserk that Mira could survive to do.
That was hard.
Clarith, I
You
get the
need to
joke,
put
but I'm not repeating that.
Yeah, I literally am not gonna lie. We should have some sort of animation on here that goes dun 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 survived.
We've struggled.
Strugglers.
Oh, good
Ooh.
lord,
Okay.
man. What a
Thank
series. It's crazy that it's
thank you
still
for
gonna. Sorry, you go.
thank you everyone for sticking with us on our journey of this section.
Maybe the best section in all of Berserk. Maybe.
Yeah.
God. It was the happiest. It was the most fulfilling.
I did feel like this was the least number of sexual assaults.
Yeah, I mean, basically it was just one, and it was one that already happened.
Yep. So that was a nice change.
I drew a cast car.
Kaskar, look at you drawing. How's it feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Been doing a lot of physio.
Have you learned how to draw in a way that will allow you to maintain health?
Yes, but it's hard to keep up because I don't have as much muscle memory for it, but I'll get better and better at relying on it. It also puts a lot of pressure on my pinky, which is, also fragile. So we're going to work on it.
Hate to tell you, I'm pretty sure that you have the same condition as I do, and if you injure things, it means that thing stretches too far now, forever.
Well, luckily I have a wrist brace I wear while drawing now so that I don't push my wrist too far.
Good.
Check it out.
Listen
Screwed
to
up.
me, squishies.
That was
This was a
crazy.
good day, even
What a
though I
ride.
cried, and I don't like crying.
It's I bad. I'm really bad at putting eyes in the right spot.
It's not bad. Looks good. You're just not done. No, I told you, it's on page like 74. It looks like somebody bent over backwards. There's a face in it, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute. And then you look at it, and it looks like somebody is being born. And it is on, nope, not that one. My bad. It is on book 40, maybe. Yep,
Did
it's
you?
in book 40 on page, sorry, page 74 of 178, book 40. The
Damn.
most, it's called The Most Vagina Monster. And then it has just his face coming out in the neck. It's pretty horrific, actually. I'm looking at it again. It is as bad as I'd hoped. Book 40, page 74. You can't miss it.
Man,
Next week. What are we doing next week?
I want to play a guessing game with the squishies. I'm going to figure out a guessing game, but I want to play a guessing game with the crew again.
Okay. Let's make a decision and give a note to everyone. I gotta go because fairies wait for no one.
It's going to be about Fire Emblem so I can push my new essay. Ha ha ha. Have fun with the fairy. Bye! And we'll raid. You know what?
I've been
Chapter reading guessing game?
free.
Yep.
I've been pain free.
I'm painkiller. Till next time.
Squish on. Squish on.
I think we're not raiding today. The energy is dour. We're just gonna... We'll be back to raiding normally next week. I'm gonna go to the gym. Oki's live. I guess I can raid Oki. It feels weird to raid in certain energies. We'll raid Oki. Oh, wow. She's got a lot of people today.
How many?
122. She's drawing a really pretty girl, which I know, shocking. She never does.
What a new idea for her.
All right.
Love!